Welcome, Big Sexy. No, I think I totally botched that. Why did we do that every freaking time? Damn it. Oh well. Basically, this is what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Big Sexy. Oh, yeah. I even said, I want to welcome to center stage. I was like, oh, wait, no, that's has a flashback when we were at Chippendale. Sorry, this is not where we are. So. Just, you know, right? It's a thing. It happens. Get confused. I get confused. You know, you guys know I get confused all the time. Yeah, it's a thing. Bloody hand. Welcome, Brother Richard. Dude, it's so good to have you back on here, man. All right, let me tone it down. There we go. It's great. No. Richard. Yeah, so you gotta keep an eye on Zane because he kind of keeps this very tight knit. Okay, so and he's definitely pushing for the NNN, triple N. God bless it. Hold on. Okay, now we got it.
Graham's on here.
Brother Graham.
Hello, Graham. Inquisitor Zane. Hello.
All right, that should be everybody. I think everybody should have. Say hello, everyone, to Brother Richard.
I feel oppressed, like somebody's intentionally muting me at the start of every show on purpose.
Right? I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Frost and Fist. Yeah, and Mitha's over there going. I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. It's going to be a great show. Let's get started. And Mitha's like,
wait for me, man.
Good evening, Graham. Good evening, X-Gear Commander, Dave, of course, Zane.
Brother Zane.
Good to see you guys.
Going to be in Zane tonight? I see what I did there.
It's going to be in Zane? That's dirty.
In Zane.
In Zane in the membrane.
Going to be one of those nights. I'm telling you, I feel it.
I feel it in my bones.
Speaking of which,
your bones?
I don't even know where the news article is, so I'm going to send you, Freak, a couple of pictures from when we start talking about the news. So while I look for that, Freak, what has been going on in your hobby world this week? What you got for Poke Chat?
Well, dude, a couple of things. So Nina Chick has somehow coerced.
Well,
she got the other girls and their, well, my youngest daughter's husband and my oldest daughter's fiance hooked on Pokemon Go. And I downloaded back in 2016 and I hadn't done a thing with it since, you know. I'm like, oh, okay, it's fun, but I really, you know. And so Nina Chick says, hey, you need to play Pokemon Go. I'm like, why? Because we're all doing it. Peer pressure. Okay. So yeah. So I actually did it. I did that. I did a thing. I am level 21 now, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Tomorrow I'm gonna be heading out to front of the neighborhood. There's a ton of stops, and I'm gonna be tearing stuff up. My highest Pokemon is 1,600. So just starting back, like I said. So it's pretty cool. I'm having a blast, and we all go together, you know, and get hit by cars. It's pretty fun. So. Aside from that, I have been putting together this amazing dreadnought. It's a Redemptor dreadnought that I received from That guy, that guy, right? That guy, right there, big, sexy. Anyway, so it was really cool, and I'm putting that sucker together. I can't wait to get him painted. I got a really cool paint scheme for him. It's going to be Imperial Fist, of course, and I'm super stoked with that because typically, you know, you have a lot of the paint schemes, right? Yellow with the red trim. This bad boy is going to go yellow with a black trim, and I found a really, really, really nice model. Matter of fact, it's the one that we showed off last week. Is that one that we showed off last week, Mythos? That's the one I'm using. The one that Brother Brian sent us to put out there. And dude, I loved how it looks. So I'm going to try to do that one. So super
awesome.
stoked. Yeah, man, excited. So
emulating it while still putting your spin on it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, of course. You know, gotta give the freak love. So, oh yeah. So anyway, but yeah, man, I'm been doing a little hobby. Oh, another thing I didn't even tell you. Right before I came on and did all the did all the video stuff here. You know, good prep work. I recorded my my showcase vid and just got to edit it and put it out because I'm going to be showcasing some cavalry love. So, yep, we're going to be putting content out there, baby.
You know, I love some Thunderwolf Cavalry content.
Yeah. And I got a new light box. Dude, I never thought that a light box made such a difference. Like, holy freaking cow. Okay, so I try to take take a piece of plastic card, you know, a nice big sheet of plastic card, put it behind it, right, and put it underneath, and then hoping that the lighting that you get is going to work. I'm like, so I'm playing with filters, and you never get a consistent, you know. I'm like, but now this looks so much better. So I'm so stoked. It came out really good.
That's awesome. I really enjoyed using my light box before, but I ordered a really cheap one from Wish. And that sucker fell apart on me all the time.
Oh no!
And eventually, I think you remember. You may remember. You even offered to try and solder it back together for me, but it was just unsavable. But eventually, like even the light bar part just came out.
Right.
And yeah, it was just definitely no bueno. But after seeing yours, man, yours looks nice and sturdy, good quality. So,
oh man,
of course, you know yours isn't a Wish one, so you know.
Right.
But I definitely, I for only $12 on Amazon, you know, next day delivery, I figured I'd swipe me one too. So
yeah, that's a real good price for that, man.
$13. You can't really beat it. It's a really good deal. So,
yeah, with free delivery. I mean, if you got Prime, so
yeah, absolutely.
I'll do you for free, baby.
Oh yeah,
it's like free.
So I mean, hopefully, you know, we'll both be even improving the quality of our showcases.
Definitely.
And I'm hoping, you know, maybe if we have the nice light box with a nice white background, my white scars won't be the most bright thing, you know, in the photo, and maybe the color balance will stop killing me on these pictures I take for my showcases.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, man. I really didn't think that the light box was going to make that much of a difference, which is the only reason why I hesitated. You know, I was like, you know, how much better could it be? So I was like, you know, what the heck? Okay, so what the reason why I got it is that I'm in IT, and my system admin, he's a photographer, and he was like, 'cause, you know, we were kind of just talking shop, and he says, dude, your pictures, they're not consistent. I was like, yeah, I know, I get it. And he goes, well, you can get them consistent. Like, how? Tell me, Obi-Wan. And he was like, get you a freaking light box. He goes straight to my computer, opens up Amazon, and pops it up. I'm like, oh, really? Did it make that much of a difference? He goes, oh yeah. Sure enough, man, it's like night and day. I mean, the comparison is amazing, and all the pictures are identical, and it just looks great. It's stuff that you can actually post on, you know, White Dwarf if I ever get that good. So, brother,
you know, I don't think I'm good enough, but I really want to try and take some of my newer works, like the Khan and the Xiphon, and try for getting in them in White Dwarf.
Yeah. Just want to shout out to Brother Atlas. I think he's not feeling well. I just kind of saw that. Brother Atlas, bro, hope you feel better, man. Is that true? You're under the weather, man?
Yeah, he said he has fever.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is running a fever, and he feels like he's about to pass a freaking stone, and yet he's here to say hello, dude.
Oh, I mean, come on.
That's love right there.
He's a champ.
Dude, what the hell? Why does this look like a specimen? Good grief. Oh, wow.
Breaking the pee-pee?
You're like, man, the man feels like he's about to pass a stone as a sign of solidarity.
I peed in this cup.
Hey, man, just go. Just go. You know?
I mean, I appreciate your level of solidarity, man, there, but
I'm with you, bro.
I'm not going to beat you on this one. I'm not going to join you on this one.
Go there, Atlas.
Right.
You got this, bro.
Let's see.
Oh.
All right, so Zane says, don't speak of things inside me. I can't get too excited. And X-Gear Commander's anti-Pokemon. He says it's heresy. Oh, Archer, why? He says, even in my ninjas. Can I ban the moderator?
He poked you. You think Mythos is teabagging freaks you're in drink.
Atlas has his hands on me. Weathering Pig model painting. He says, "G'day, I've been thinking of getting a light box, and thanks for the nice comments, guys." We said this last week. If you haven't checked out the Weather Pig model painting, go check them out. Today, he put out a how to paint for a Blood Angels Terminator, and actually has a really, 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 really good intro to non-metallic metal segment on there. Which, I mean, I've seen a lot of videos on non-metallic metal, but most of them speak to you like you have an art degree. So I get about 5 minutes into the video whenever most people are doing non-metallic metal videos. And after 5 minutes or less, I'm already checked out mentally. Like in my mind, you know, coloring highlights for kids in Crayola. Like that's where my brain goes. But like Weather Pig model painting actually broke it down to a really easy, instead of trying to tell you the high level where you have to think of 3D objects and how light bounces off of cylindrical shapes and yada, yada. He just says, hey, take this color, paint this right here. This is how you do this.
I can get behind that.
Huh?
I can get behind that.
Right, because I mentally cannot sit through a non-metallic metal video. I cannot. Except for when he did it, it was broken down to such a layman terms way that I was like, I might actually try this out because I think I could follow along to this. So go check out his channel. His Blood Angels Terminator looks really good.
Can I do
really
that
good,
on my drunk angels?
Yeah, we could use those techniques with your drunk angels. We might be too drunk for that, though. So, you know.
I just subbed to him, by the way.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Good game, Crab Dragon!
Zane says, I could be a moderator. I'm the whole reason you have one. Actually, not. We get more porn bots in these live chats than you guys realize sometimes. So it's good to actually have a moderator. Plus, Mark just listens to my commands. Gamecraft Dragon says, what's up?
Big D! How you doing, baby?
Just watching the game, having a bud.
What's happening, buddy? What happening?
All right, guys. So it is great to see. Here
we go. Soliciting.
Up to Gamecraft Dragon as well. If any of you, including you, Big D, my man, if any of you want to submit anything for Art of the Week, we have some stuff up this week. But we definitely, if you guys want to participate, we would love to have you guys submit some stuff. I hate Kill Team. Ouch. Sounds like Friday night Kill Team didn't go so well tonight.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear, bro. I guess you got squatched. It's horrible. December comes around. Let the bots in.
Can't have the porn bots around during NNN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do remember in your Tuesday talk.
Lost
You
to
mentioned
the
you were playing against Lady
lady.
Dragon. Well, yeah, okay, but still, congrats to one half of
Yes,
Gamecraft Dragon.
yeah. No, but in that case, we have no pity for you, man. Sorry.
She played her stripper, her Chippendales custodes, right?
In honor of us,
And
as we.
Graham Collin has never been a non-metallic metal fan, and like I'm not. I like true metallics most of the time, but there are some applications where I see non-metallic metal, and it actually like just really makes it pop. And like I said, for being broken down so simply, Weather Pig model painting really made it work. What are the submissions for? Usually at the beginning of our show, after we do our hobby update, which is sometimes halfway through the show, depending on how long we talk. We do something called Art of the Week, where we just look at different artworks that some people have posted throughout the week, whether on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, and post some things that really caught our eye and we thought looked really good. And we try and capture the name of the artist and send people over their way to follow them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And, just give credit to really good art that impresses us. We call it Art of the Week. Licks and fists on hold. Custodes are greater than Space Wolves in some applications. Unfortunately, at smaller point games like Kill Team, they do definitely shine there. Not an OSL fan either. That's right. I remember this kind of from when you were talking in some of Richard's Q&As. You are a fan of classic painting styles, right?
So what does that mean? I mean, is it just straight paint and let the actual light do its job? Like, I guess that's the best way to.
No, I think like the classic painting and highlights and stuff like that with the brush rather than.
You're right. Okay, so your standard painting. I get that, and that's okay. I mean, honestly, they're beautiful in their own sense. I like them in both. And it's funny because we showcase a lot of work that will have OSL effects and the non-metallic and the standard paint without that. So,
and it's definitely we definitely have a painting style. Mm-hmm. So I don't think like either of our styles would probably appeal to someone who likes the classically trained stuff, like say Graham might like. I know I myself describe my kind of style of painting in this artwork as kind of a comic booky style, right? I like very obvious heat bloom effects, very obvious glow effects. I'm definitely I want things bright and loud and stuff like that. With the way it presents itself to me.
Definitely.
I just like having fun painting.
See?
Yeah, you do a lot of good variety of work. I've seen you do some very comic booky, very glowy kind of styles. But I've also seen you do some like very gritty, like your what are those Imperial Guard guys you do really well?
Deathcore Krieg.
The Deathcore Krieg. Those look so grim, dark, and dirty, and
dirty.
Just like they've been crawling through, desert muck for like weeks, months, years,
millennia.
Yeah, so I like my effects bright and loud, Brother Thomas. I like my bright OSL glows. I like really bright heat bloom effects, that really stand out. Especially since I prefer very dark color schemes for my armor. I like my effects to really pop. Blanchetsu. Okay, you know what? I can kind of see that in your work, Big D. Where a lot of like the colors and stuff are a little more muted and washed out with underlying gray tones and have that very very classic look that Blanchetsu stuff does. I'm like Mythos with comic book style. You enter hobby shops and you see these miniatures really well painted, but they're dull and don't stand out. Yeah, definitely some they can get. I just like mine to stand out a little bit more, comic book style. So I can definitely agree with you there. And not that there's anything wrong with the classically trained way of painting miniatures from the old school way, but it's definitely people like different styles, right? Graham says, I think the biggest problem with non-metallic metal and OSL is that they're all trendy. Everyone jumping on the bandwagon, and most people do it badly.
I have to disagree. Let me just jump in there because I'll be honest with you. I think there's room for both styles.
Sure.
The thing is with the OSL and non-metallic light, that has been going. This is not something new. That's been going on for a long time. But this was actually more active on busts, actual larger busts and larger subjects. Now it's been like recent, of course, that they're actually incorporating these on the very smaller objects. The reason why they do them on a larger objects is because they can actually, most subjects that are static or staying in one place don't have a lot of light changes. So what they do is they actually create this different light changes, to be able to make that effect. So now they're incorporating more on the smaller subjects, such as our miniatures, and it's given an incredible look. Now, I'm not saying that that's the end all, but it definitely makes it look really cool. So, I mean, I personally like it. I do like both styles, actually. I mean, that's
Right.
what I cut my teeth with. So it is personal preference. I don't
Sure.
think it's and again, it's all based off of, perspective. This is my perspective. I like the OSL non-metallic metal, and I don't do non-metallic metal all the time. It's just, again, my perspective on what I like. And of course, Mythos has a different perspective, and, everybody's got their own thing. And I think it's noted, but I don't think it's it's the all in. So.
So to play the advocate, the devil's advocate here, I definitely agree with you, Freak. Definitely, both styles are definitely great. And I think the classically trained, obviously, we both see some definite applications there. And of course, like most people, we started with the classically trained.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see what Graham says, though, that some of this stuff is trendy. Sure, it's been around in like canvas painting and
Right.
bust painting for a long time. But you have to admit, since airbrushes got more popular over the last 5 to 10 years, right? It seems like nowadays it's more likely that just about everybody will have some kind of bright plasma glow spray, spot on their model somewhere. It definitely seems more prominent than before. So I can see what Graham says with the trendy kind of feel to it.
It's definitely a fair observation, because ever since videos like that came out, like from Kenny Boucher, who really pushes a lot of that OSL, right? I mean, really pushes that hard. A lot of people ran to it. It's like, oh, well, that's cool. I want to learn to do that too. And it is cool. It's a great effect.
I think some of it also is accessibility, because I know when I started in this hobby almost 5 years ago,
right,
you definitely couldn't just go on to Amazon and grab a quick $20 airbrush as easily as you can now. It's definitely way more accessible now than it used to be.
And a good $20 airbrush too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Marley's just staring at me through the door.
Couple of things here. Graham says, rather than a classic style painter, I usually describe myself as a bloody awful one. I wouldn't say that, my friend. I wouldn't say that at all. Weather Pig Model Painting says, I want to try a Borderlands style model. Man, as high contrast as Borderlands style does their artwork, I would love to see models painted that. And I've seen a couple people do it. Titled
Have you seen there's one dude in particular that I can't remember his name. I wish I did, but he does all the Gundam models that way, like cell shade style.
Wow.
They are so sick.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe next week we'll feature some of those on Art of the Week.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it and I'll shoot it to you.
All right.
I like dark as well. Okay. Gamecraft Dragon says he saw a really awesome Borderlands style Tau army. I bet that looks really good. Yeah, and I want to read this very specifically because of reasons. And I don't want to go into the reasons. I just want everyone to know that there are reasons. Gamecraft Dragon says, I like my stuff to look dirty and realistic. I like metallics. I see non-metallic as something for larger scale stuff. Okay, being that he likes his stuff to look dirty and realistic, I just want to go on record, Big D, and say, in advance, I'm sorry. And I'm not going to explain that until you open something, and you'll see why. But Just apologies. Something may not be in your style. I like using non-metallic metal in a non-metallic painting. Yeah, that's good. You know, Freak did that, and I got so jealous when he started his Thunderwolf Cavalry. He used a non-metallic style on the baby blue for his Space Wolves armor, and it actually came out looking really good. And so I lit my Thunderwolf Cavalry on fire. By Borderlands style, you mean cell shaded, so you can look at it only from a certain angle to look good. Exactly. I mean, so when things are cell shaded, they look great for a static picture and hard comic book lines. But sometimes, yeah, when you rotate them 3D, I don't have to answer that, Big D. But yeah, sometimes when you rotate them, it may not look as good from certain angles because it is meant to, you know, like a comic book panel. It's meant to be seen in 2D pictures, you know. Take a pic at these dudes orcs I sent you. Oh man, that is so cool. Okay, we're definitely going to share some of these for Art of the Week.
Hobby
update.
Yes.
Any other hobby updates for you, Freak?
No, that's it, my brother. I'm curious to hear what Brother Richard's been doing.
Brother Richard, what you got for Poke Chow, baby?
My hobby's been kind of slow. I'm just working on some builds for a certain person. Really cool cat, I know. He lives somewhere in this great state of mine.
Me?
You know, I've been so busy with like everything else. I just started college 2 weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Online classes. So that's taken up a lot of time getting ready for that and getting used to it and figuring it all out. And then going to the gym a lot. Haven't been able to go the past week or whatever. But a lot of things have kind of postponed some of my actual hobby work, but I'm trying to get it back into it. It's all about putting things in the right spots where I can do it all at once or all during the day. But yeah, that's it.
That's awesome, dude. So, I mean, I really am excited to hear about you putting yourself back through college. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty wicked, dude.
You've just really done an amazing job this year focusing on bettering yourself. From dropping half of your entire body weight to, you know, going back to the gym, and now college, dude. This is one of the things we talked about last week before last with RedBeard. It's just like the things that impress me is people who are motivated to when they're like, I need to do something. I need to accomplish this goal. And then bam, they just do it. That impresses me so hardcore.
Well, that's just it. I had put it off for so long. Like I had checked it out, I guess, last year, I think. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. And I was just sitting here the other day, a couple weeks back, and I was like, I'm just going to do this. Let's just get it going, dude, man. What's the worst that can happen? You know?
Dude, that is awesome, man. That is just awesome. You're my hero. You're my hero.
Yeah, absolutely. Crushing goals, brother. Crushing goals. One of the things I've got, sorry, that was me.
That was everywhere.
One of the things that Richard's working on for me is part of my tile commission. I've got him building up stuff. It is what chips can you make out of that, Richard? This is how well I do my towel stuff.
The Devilfish, like the Tao's transport, and then you've got the Hammerhead gunship and the Skyray. I don't know if it's the Skyray missile ship, whatever it is.
That's so cool.
And then of course they've got the other ones too, like the Forge World turrets that you can put on them, which are pretty rad, like a big twin-link plasma cannon thing, and then like 2 or 3 other different ones that they got, like a big old missile pod thing you can throw on top too. Yeah,
that's really cool. And plus, he's also I had this wild hair. If you've seen my bikers for my White Scar so far, I have this obsession with. I don't like the way regular Space Marine bikes look, so they've all been Outrider bikes so far. So he's actually doing a kit bash of attack bike with Outrider bike for the main bike to it for me. So
it turned out really cool. I actually liked it. Like the way it turned out so far. So
I've got to look at getting some clear rods or something like that to magnetize to the base of the attack bike, so that way I can magnetize in both options for the guns. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say.
Wait, why sorry?
Well, it was just.
I mean,
it was just a really odd. It's like, you have hair, freak. I'm like,
is she sorry to me that you have hair? I'm not sure where this is going.
I don't either. I just.
Anyways,
Run away.
Lady Dragon.
We're so glad you're here, though.
And yes, Freak does have sexy hair.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta do it. Oh, yeah. All this sexy hair for you. All right, that's enough of that. A lot of shenanigan going on here at the Frosting Fest.
Hey, I did get to play a game a few weeks ago, though.
Really? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, where at?
I went to the Citadel. That's like the Games Workshop, the Warhammer store out here. That's like a Warhammer store / cafe or whatever. I use the term cafe loosely. They have drinks and cookies.
Oh, I'm saying, I get you.
They need sandwiches, but they don't have. No, I got to play an APOC game, and APOC is amazing. It is hella fun, dude. It is so much fun. I got to bring the big guy. The big guy got to get out and get some stuff.
Oh,
and of course, my friend of mine I was playing, he brought his chaos. So at one point,
that's the one you did the commission on, right?
Yeah. Those awesome. The Titans and the Slaughterers.
Definitely check out some of his previous vlogs on his channel if you want to see some of the big ass chaos models he did for Apocalypse.
Yeah, he busted out with Abaddon at one point, popped out on the field. So I decided to take that big old what is it, the Sunfire cannon or whatever it is, and shoot at him, and I missed. I completely walked past him, didn't even hit him in the face.
Wow,
it was bad, but it was fun, dude. It was seriously, it was a fun game. Like I like it. I'd like to play it more often.
Man, our game together was so long ago. We definitely need to get back over there. Freak and I keep talking about we need to get back down there and have another game with you, man.
Indeed.
So that way your towel can shoot me off the table again.
Yeah, that was.
Maybe I'll play something different this time.
Dude, but he didn't shoot you first. He took out my assault squad. That was the first thing he took out. Why
No, Raz's Eldar shot your dudes off the table. My dudes got shot up by the towel.
Well, yeah, and your land speeder couldn't fly either.
Oh yeah. He's like, I'm gonna fly over.
The hill was. Oh.
And you know, I had such bad luck with them in 7th edition. One of the first things I painted up for my white scars in 8th edition, land speeder. They don't do me any good. I don't know why I keep painting them up.
Oh, and listening to a lot of books.
Oh, very good.
Horus Heresy stuff, and right now I'm not doing the Inquisitor Eisenhorn stuff. So awesome.
That's cool. I haven't read any of the Eisenhorn stuff, but I have been loving the Horus Heresy stuff. I'm actually taking a break from Horus Heresy right now. One of my bros, Garrett, loaned me the last Aragon book, Inheritance, and I started reading it, and then I realized that last time I actually read Aragon books was like 5 years ago. So I picked up the last book, and I was like, I don't remember none of this shit. So I had to start over from book 1 today. Hey, Lady Dragon was learning about white scars today. That's exciting. Big D, I forwarded over the stuff you put on our you sent to us over to the page where we've got our Art of the Week stuff going. So it is queued, man, ready to go. Yeah, really weird Mongolia. Yeah, Hun-like stuff. Absolutely.
Yep, very
and
impressive.
And they throw in, because, you know, like even though they're Mongolian, they're also Games Workshop's space Asians. So like they'll be like mostly Mongolian.
Are they Spasians?
Spasians.
Spasians.
But then they'll also throw in some like Japanese stuff in once in a while, some Chinese stuff. It's they're just like just lump all the Asian stuff together. Nobody knows the difference anyways. Which, by the way, being an Asian man myself, I can say that happens sometimes. Especially like Thai and Lao are so close that sometimes I get lost on what's going on when my relatives are speaking. And I'm like, it's the same language. And they're like, that's racist. And I'm like, hey, I'm Asian too, so it's not really racist.
They look at him. No, you're not. You're Mexican. God.
Totally.
Oh no! Oh wait. That's what I'm saying. They say. I didn't say that's what you are. I'm just saying that's what you got. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Oh, the wife is probably rounding out the kids right now. Kids, quick, get in your rooms, quick. Daddy's raging. Okay. So
crap. Here it goes.
We want to welcome Inquisitor Zane as the new Mythos. He's been waiting for this moment all along. Hi, Mythos.
Lay down. Ooh.
I thought
that's not what I got from me. I'm saying that's what the people would say. I'm just saying. Was it meant to be, oh, never mind.
Do wolves like to lick do wolves like to lick things? Gosh. Also Roxa said cloud. Okay, so one day we used to have this thing where this running joke where Cloud once said, so when Mythos falls in battle one day, it'll fall to me to take over as the new leader of the group. And everybody just stopped and looked at him and said, you said when. Like you're planning on this when Mythos falls in battle. So that's why Roxas just said Cloud. Chat is making me want an adult. That's what this chat does, Lady Dragon.
Pretty much.
Although I have to say, and I think y'all are also a fan of Abridged, right? So just think of Vegeta going, "I am an adult."
And most of the time, we actually require permission slips. Just to watch the show. Inquisitor Zane wants your job. He's actually practicing right now. I
mean, he's starting by licking all the things. He's not doing wrong.
No, but I think he's going overboard though. I think he's just going. He's doing like we say out in Greens Point. He's doing extra.
He's being extra.
He's licking everything, like the windows. Dude, are you seriously licking windows? You're a window licker.
That dog disapproves of racism.
Oh. We're not going to get anywhere tonight.
No. And Big D says licking things is how you mark them as yours.
Okay,
so we're way off the rails already, guys. So art of the week. So I have painted up a couple of Raven Guard shoulder pads here. I've put some base coats down on a Raven Guard Smash Captain with relic claws. So I just need to get down to the game store tomorrow. What's the only thing that's putting me on hold from finishing up this Smash Captain here is I'm out of Techless Blue for the glow effects on the claws and wings. And I need to pick up some of the gray contrast paint from to do the final layer after I put my highlights on. And I cannot remember the name of it. It's a gray that starts with B. It's like 22 syllables long. What Weather Pig asked, do we have a place we submit for Art of the Week? It's anywhere, my man. You could send us a direct message on Instagram or Facebook. On Facebook, there's our Facebook page. Also, I'm Mythos Kushranada on Facebook, so you can submit there. Or since I've got your Instagram pulled up, if you would like me to pull any of these pictures, like this sexy Terminator here or this Gundam model you're working on, I could definitely pull either of those. So very cool stuff, my man.
Basilium Gray.
Basilium. Yeah, it's like 22 syllables. So
Basilium Gray.
Your Middle Eastern name?
Maybe.
Is it even thing got lickaged? Okay. You can't do that. It's N, you hecking potato. I have 3 more weeks back off. Get that Leviathan Crusader. Now, actually, we're going to be talking about that. I'm sure you can tell by the thumbnail later in the show, Brian. We are definitely going to be talking about. There we go. That's the name right there, Big D. Basilium Ding Dong Gray. Yep. Nailed it.
You can hear Inquisitor Zane say it in the Chaplain EMO voice. I will lick you all.
The only other things I've done is I just finished off those 5 intercessors for my white scars I needed for my game last week.
Very nice.
And they look good. I had them like 90% done, but never got around to actually painting the red tribal marks on them or doing the decals or the basing. So I just finished all that up like last night.
That's right. You had a game. You had a game.
Oh, yeah. I need to talk about that. Yes. I had a game. And by the way, I've added those. I don't know about you guys, but I've started keeping a journal here in 2019 of all the models I paint up through the year. Nice. So I'm actually up to 71 completed models this year.
Wow.
Nice.
So I think my average is somewhere in between in 70s and 80s. So I'm already at the low end of my yearly count. So if I just keep going on, I might break a record this year.
I think I have that many models started.
I would have so many more the same. I've got 20, you built them for me. 20, gosh, I used them as my Electro Priests. Do you remember the name of the models, Richard?
The
spear guy.
Hoplites?
Hoplites. I have 20 hoplites that I started this year for my AdMech, or I think actually last December. And I still haven't finished them. I've gotten everything done but finishing the basing, doing the black around the rim, and sealing them up. And they've been sitting there mostly finished for a year now.
Then I challenge you to finish them.
Mythos is on for 2020. I will beat you like the salt you are on a pretzel.
Oh my God.
All right. 2020, man. We will keep a running tally and see who paints more models. Challenge accepted. Also, that means by contract now, you have to keep being my friend for a year now. So we will still be chatting next December. Also, speaking of challenges, now that I'm relatively caught up, also I finished my little tutorial I was doing on a thing I may have sent to another channel, but don't want to name them because they're in the chat. I finished up a thing I was painting for that person, and that's going in the mail tomorrow. So I need to actually write that down as item number 72. So that's another thing I finished this week. Oh, never mind. I already wrote it down. No, it's still 71. Started to cheat. Big D's getting in on that, so he's going to see how many he paints up as well.
I'm not going to get it on that because I'll start more stuff.
I was about to say, you could totally get in and just count the number of models that you start. All right, so I did have a game this weekend.
Tell us.
And actually, I recorded it for a battle report. The lighting wasn't very good, so I'm not sure that we'll get a good battle report out of it. But I'm gonna do it the best I can. I was watching back some of the footage, and it does seem kind of dark in there. So we'll use Vegas to try and change around the brightness a little bit. It's not going to be like a really high quality battle report, unfortunately, because the light for some reason on the camera red is kind of yellow. But we'll see how it turns out. If nothing else, we'll do it as just a quick recap, and you can see a couple of bros having fun. But it was such a badass game. So you guys tell me if this has been the same experience for you. But in mine and Freak's experience, and a couple of people that we've played with, is usually by the end of, say, turn 2, sometimes turn 3, the game may not be finished, but you can pretty much see the writing on the wall who's going to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my game with Atlas the other day was so back and forth that literally it was top of turn 5. Neither of us knew who was going to win. It was like there's the potential for Atlas to get over here win. There's potential for Mythos to get over here win. And like for real, top of turn 5, no idea.
Oh my goodness.
No idea. It felt good though. So he was playing guardsman, and he wasn't even playing like super heavy mechanized guardsman. He was playing a big mix of bodies and tanks. And he took 30 Crusaders, 33 up invul saves with a psychic spell to boost them to 2 up invul saves, and he had a stratagem where he could pay to combine 2 squads. So if you think about it, he could cast that psychic power on 20 guardsmen with 2 up invul saves. I was literally just throwing attacks at him, praying that he would roll some 1s, and really getting nowhere until I finally managed to kill his psyker and get him back up to 3 up saves. And all throughout the game, I think we counted, I killed an excess of 70 bodies on the table.
Holy cow.
So I was like, win, lose, or draw, I'm happy. I killed 70 models. I definitely don't feel like I wasn't useful in this game.
I noticed lately you've been really on the roll at killing librarians, man. Or psychers in general. I'm like, what the hell?
That's because when I leave a librarian alone, he screws with my day. So that guy's got to go. All right, we've got quite a few chats here, and I want to come back and talk about the game here in a second. But let's see. Gamecraft Dragon says, I'm in on that. Brian says, I'll be more than a friend, my dude. Oh, yeah. Put the music back on, Freak.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be more than a friend.
Do it. Just do it.
He says, dude, Zane, Mythos is mine. Zane says, I want a present.
I need to crank this up.
I was still talking to the lady, and by some extension, Big D.
No fair, Atomic. Everybody's got glasses. He wants us all.
Be back.
Gamecraft Dragon has us all beat here in the chat. He's got 200 for this year. You can have Mythos if I get his feet. I did give away feet pics in one of our Patreon posts. I need to listen to the host of the show. I got a cheap ring light. It lets off white light so it doesn't change the color. That's exactly what I need, is a portable white ring light that I could use to take around and use the ring light to go around my recording camera for battle reports and stuff like that. So if you have a link for that, that would be really helpful. Like, we're getting some Super Smash Bros. Actions, Freak. You need to cut Mythos again so I could continue being him. Wow. You know what, Zane? I'll take the guy with the glasses. He is sexy. I got the strobe light on. Oh, yeah. Need to either drive to Dallas to pick up that Magnus or get you to wrap the hell out of it to ship it. Oh, yeah, because you painted up a phenomenal Magnus. Actually, do you still have pics of that? Can we show that off tonight? Atlas says it was a really great game. And speaking of Mongolians, how are you guys digging the Who? Man, I really actually enjoy them a lot. Several people in this chat, and including Brian, who hit me up on Facebook and was sending me links, definitely got me turned on to the Who, and I really like their music, man. I have several times just actually put them on to be sitting here digging the sound of the Who while painting up my white scars, and it's definitely added to my motivation while painting up some white scars. It's a big light for a DSLR camera. So sorry, we have different stores in Australia. Oh, Australia. I was having trouble
You can understand his
figuring where
accent?
your accent was from when I was watching your videos earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand his accent as he's writing. I mean, sure, he had an Australian writing accent. Come on, man. What the hell?
You know, Australia is one of the places that my lovely wife has tried to convince me to consider when we look at, going across overseas one day. And I was like, okay, so I've heard from many sources that Australia is one of the most expensive places in the world to have a Games Workshop addiction.
Yep.
And you let me know how that feels to you, but I don't have much of an accent. I'm half Scottish. See, that's why I have trouble picking it up. It's not that I'm not observant. I'll come back to you, Lady Dragon. But I heard that's one of the most expensive places to have a Games Workshop addiction. Plus spiders, right? Those huge, deadly spiders in Australia. How do you guys even live? Like, I don't even know. So I told her spiders. I said, there's the top 3 reasons why I'm not going to Australia. She goes, hold on, let me guess. Spiders, snakes, and Games Workshop. I said, you already know. You already know. I don't even have a problem with snakes. I'm not sure I want my kids around. Some of the most poisonous snakes in the world. Everything from other countries are expensive. That's a good point. Yes, your husband did tell you he lost to the custodes. He got stripped by the strippers tonight. Congratulations, Lady D.
Gotta cue the music? No? Okay.
Not right at the minute.
Okay.
Well, what I would give to be pummeled by strippers.
Okay, now.
Weather Pig says we live with the spiders. We respect them. Whew, too much. Jam Jar 34 says crazy nerd life on tonight. Whole lot of love. It's massive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
the Nerd Life's love is massive. I've seen it.
I can't find any of my pictures. I don't have any of my pictures.
Oh no.
And I'm not in the room.
They peck pop the bullets away. Did you hip pop him to death?
Hip hop array?
Does Big D ever win a game? That's cruel, Brian. That's cruel. Speaking of games.
Wow.
Rolling over the white scars. My Xiphon Interceptor was one of my MVPs. That thing, like the other stuff contributed, but pretty much the Interceptor really, really took out a whole bunch of tanks. I mean, the Hydra, I had to take out the Hydra first because I didn't want anything hitting my Interceptor. The Hydra, the Basilisks, Chimeras, and the Torox. I mean, this thing was popping tanks left and right with quad las cannons and those missiles. Man, plus I had the con with him for 2 turns, so he was re-rolling ones. That thing dealt with so much damage. The Inceptors were good. They dealt a lot of damage and absorbed a lot of punishment turn 1. They were dead by the end of turn 1, but man, they really did a good job bodyguarding my con. The Speeder and the Intercessors. I have never been a fan of tactical troops because they don't put out much damage. I mean, bolters used to not really do any damage at all. Plus, tacticals die so easily. My Intercessors were great. They sat on an objective the entire game, racking me up some, just doing a good job being on the objective. And then, like one turn, they wiped out a whole squad of 10 guardsmen in one go. I used the rapid fire stratagem on them, and those Intercessors pumped out so many shots and took down 10 guardsmen in one go.
So go back to the Siphon. I'll be honest with you. I'm really impressed because your Siphon actually did really well in our game. I mean, the first thing it did, it strafed right through and destroyed my freaking Land Raider.
And at the same time, he killed 3 of your Inceptors.
Yeah,
and the Land Raider.
Yeah, and then that thing's got it. Oh, did you show off?
Not yet. I'm not revealing that till the showcase next week.
Gotcha. Okay.
I want everybody to see it in the showcase.
I gotcha. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so that Siphon dude is a beast, man.
And now that I've got the canopy you painted up for it, that thing looks so pro. I'm really stoked.
But you're right. The intercessors, man, those are, they do their job, man.
Everyone vote Zane for Big D and Mythos' replacement 2020.
Wow.
This guy's just taking over all the channels.
Right. Did you say make Frost and Fist great again?
Speaking of the nerd life here, Jamjar says, "Nerd life. You, sir, have done brilliant, excellent, so awesome nerd life."
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Love for the
Steve says, "Watching while terrain building. Good to see you three together again."
Aloha, sir.
Hi, Steve.
Emo. We'll definitely get some emo for you. We got some on the way tonight.
Make Frost and Fist good.
What about the fact that there's no guns? It would take a pump action shotgun to take down one of those huntsman spiders. Agreed, brother. Agreed.
Through that noise.
Load it up with some dragon's breath rounds and you're good to go. Just like Kincaid.
Oh, yes.
All right. Make Frost and Fist good. That's all right. Jamjar says no replacement. By the way, Jamjar has started up his own sit and chat style episodes, and he even did one just like Spud from Chilling Wargamers with a bucket on his head. So go check him out. He has some really entertaining paint and chats. Lady Dragon says, Zane Love, you can't handle me.
Wow. Oh.
So, all right.
I don't know where to go with that.
No, I'm just letting that sit there.
Yeah, good idea. It's just like a Chaplain emo, like.
Last bit of hobby update is that we had a really great D&D game last night. And so my brother, Darklight Dreamer, basically had an episode. It was more of a role play episode, no combat, to just round out the arc we were on and get us started on the next adventure. Because what we're doing is every time we wrap up an arc, we'll swap back and forth between Darklight Dreamer's game and then Atlas's game. So we finished up that arc. We did some good role play. And actually that was, combat's good and all, but this was a really good, goof off session. We were back in town between missions. There was a lot of, comedy going on and stuff like that. So Atlas got lucky with one of the barmaids.
Hey, the opening scene, when we first start out, why is it my freaking character is the one that has the nightmare and is getting all creeped out? Why?
To be fair, it's very in story. You're the one who wrote your your character as a white mage who had a darkness inside of him.
Yeah,
and then your black magic manifested, right? So it only makes sense that the cursed book would go to you.
I agree. I agree with you, Brian, because I'm freak and I roll ones. Dang it.
In life. Speaking of rolling ones, let's talk about the opposite of that.
Yep.
Because Freak loves when I tell these stories. So on the way, I worked a 16-hour day on Monday, and I was driving back from Beaumont, and my brain was fried. Like, I was having trouble staying awake on the road. And I have pancreatitis, so I can't give myself too much caffeine. And I'd already had 2 cups of coffee plus a Red Line energy drink. So I was maxed out on my caffeine, probably more than I needed. So I was like, I got to get some sugar because I was just fading, trying to drive back from Beaumont. And I I happened to see this Dairy Queen with a sign that says pumpkin pie blizzards, right? And my lovely Lily is upset that Denny's is not bringing back their pumpkin pie shakes this year. And so, anyways, I saw it and I'm like, oh, hey, I'll have to take Lily there. You know what? That's the sugar pickup I need. Especially when I pulled around, I saw they also had, it doesn't matter, a different kind of snickerdoodle cookie dough. And I was like, I need to get me one of these blizzards. So I go, and I was like, can I just get, a little mini blizzard to go? And they try and get the computer going, and the computer will not connect to the internet for like 10 minutes. And so they couldn't take my payment. And they're like, do you have any other form of payment, sir? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm digital only. And they were like, well, you've been waiting here so patiently. What'd you have? And I was like, it was just a blizzard. I had a little mini. They upgraded me to a small and gave it to me for free.
Nice.
Hey.
And so I have these freak always hating on the amount of free stuff I get wherever I go, but I seem to get free stuff a pretty fair bit.
Because he's adorable. Look at him.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. See? Yeah, see? I'm sending you something, Mythos. I just got to give you something now.
Yep, Archer calls it my luck vampireness. Oh, yeah. How's the shirt going, Lady Dragon? Because we definitely, especially a fellow brush licker like myself, needs to pick up a brush licker shirt.
I need one too.
Absolutely. I think I've been muted now. So, how you doing? Am I still muted? Freak us out. Yeah, Zane says he's the new freak now. See, what I love is that Zane doesn't discriminate.
He just wants to be everybody.
He's just a man of opportunity. Freak has the look of hurry up and get to the point, man. Is that a wolf? Is that another wolf? See, Zane's perfect. How's your ability to roll one, Zane? That's the real test. Can you roll ones?
I got to take a call real fast.
Lady Dragon says the logo is nearly ready to go. The brush licker one is about there. And I'm doing another one with, yes. Zane's rolled 100 dice and rolled all ones. Perfect. Perfect. He's hired. So, Richard, I know we were talking about doing a digital D&D session, kind of like we're doing now one day with you guys. Whenever you get through some of your college courses and stuff like that, man, we've got to do one too.
Right.
I know we talked about that a while back. Time to do some stripping. Lady Dragon says, we love you, freak.
I want to see if I can.
All right.
I can.
What do you guys do the stream with? Is this OBS? So this is a combination. This is OBS and streaming through a site for the call. The site is called Whereby. And basically he pulls the info from Whereby and throws it into OBS. Yay, freak is back.
And I retransmit it to YouTube. So it's a lot of bandwidth malarkey going on.
Sorry, my mom called, so I have to talk to my mommy. My bad.
He's good, is
I was just saying that we gotta do. I know we talked about doing a digital D&D game, kind of like we're doing now.
Yeah.
But we could never match up schedules before. But now that we've got a little bit of experience with it, my man, we definitely should do that whenever.
Totally. I've got another friend who wants to join too. He's been dying to play, and he lives in Seattle, so he's been wanting to play. So
awesome, dude! This group is growing. That would be amazing. We had a good
Anybody
time.
who lives in my area, I'm trying to set up a game room here. I want to play games. I'm lonely.
Man, it's definitely a good pastime to connect with people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
But I think that's a great idea if we can get them into the into our game there, Mythos. That would be amazing.
I definitely want to play.
Well, I would say, what are you doing on Thursday nights? But sometimes we do it on Wednesday nights as well, depending on
what I do both those nights. Not a damn thing.
Right on. Right on. Well, we'll have to see. I'm pretty sure Darklight definitely, I'm sure, won't have a problem, and I don't think Atlas would either. So we'll see.
No, more the
Uh,
Not
merrier.
that fool, I miss him.
And Nina's pretty easygoing.
Oh man, yeah. You already know me. Well, she knows you. So.
I know RedBeard wants to stream, and I'm pumped for that. Man, RedBeard is so good on live stream. Definitely, I think you guys will have an awesome show.
Feel a little better now. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see what I inspired. Lady Dragon is currently drawing and designing logos and stuff for their sites. Cannot say whether or not previews will be up on a website. This is not my show, and I refuse to promote. That's fair. I mean, you're free to. I mean, if you don't want to, that's absolutely
anytime. We love you guys. You guys are family. So if y'all want to do some shameless plugs, get it on right here. Do it. You can. Do
DCB is talking about a game as well. That's awesome.
Wow.
You know, Big D's channel was very D&D focused early on, so, and he's got a lot of experience GMing.
Yeah.
That's my problem is I want to play so bad, and I can DM like you. I could. I don't know if I could anymore, but I don't want to. I don't want to DM. I want to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely have run into the I've been DMing for a while and I want to just play kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard of the Drowned Earth game? I've heard about it. I've seen a lot of pictures about it. I don't know anything about it, but it looks cool.
What is it? Rat. Is it a?
Yeah, I haven't looked into it enough to even know what kind of game it is.
Oh.
Actually, I think I even own some Drowned Earth models from Asset Drop. All right, let's move into some Art of the Week, Freakalicious, unless you got any other thoughts. Oh, the game. I already talked about that. Basically, did some role playing. We got to find out some cool background information, like the fact that Freak is cursed. We got some new healing potions. We got a ton of money, so we got some horses and stuff like that. So it's all pretty cool. Nina met the love of her life, which is a dwarf. A dwarf. That is definitely our main topic for the night, my man. We will definitely talk about Dreamforge. Big D says, "I am the DM. It's all good. You guys, I'll run you guys through my Dark Order game. Y'all get to play semi-evil sorts. I don't know if I can play evil. I always got to be like pillar of light good.
No, I'm playing Outer Worlds like right now. That game on Xbox. I guess PlayStation 2 maybe. But man, I'm a total douchebag. I'm a jerk. I'm talking to people. I'm picking the snarkiest comment to say back to them. It's great.
And this is something I kind of picked up while working as a manager at GameStop for a few years. You're also a Grand Theft Auto player, right?
Yeah.
And so I've noticed that Grand Theft Auto players, when they get into these open world games, do that kind of like morally gray kind of, right in the middle kind of playthrough.
Chaotic neutral, maybe? I don't know.
Exactly. I usually play chaotic good, but I've got to be like pillar of light good. But definitely, I do have a lot of friends who like to play the chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
My lovely Lily is true neutral. Yeah. Depending on how many faces she needs to wreck. Warcraft, Shadowlands. I don't know anything about Shadowlands. All right, while you set up Art of the Week, my brother, pick a couple of pick something that appeals to you out of Art of the Week, or something from one of our guests that they submitted.
Yeah,
and I'll let you take.
There it is. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Look how beautiful that is, dude. Talk about that while I pull up the Art of the Week, will you?
Talk about it's Magnus. He's back.
I know, but tell us about it. Tell us what colors you picked and why is it so awesome looking?
Well, because I painted it, but no.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
No, it's a commission piece for somebody, and as a matter of fact, the moderator man, Mr. Perferoy. Did I say his name right? I don't know if I ever did. It's Mark. He wanted to do Magnus, but he didn't want to do him as red skinned as he is in all the other pictures and the paintings and other stuff. So I kind of went with more of a tan skin. So he's kind of like Since he's on Prospero, a lot of sun, kind of deserty feeling.
Very
Did that. So kept the gold armor. I did the scarabs and stuff. I tried to do like a marbling on it. And some of this other stuff in here, I did a little marbling effect on there. And I guess you can see it a little better on this here. Yeah, it's a webcam. You can't see nothing. But yeah, no. And and the OSL, I used this Createx paint. It was a Createx with the airbrush paint, like t-shirts.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
the
that
Hobby
stuff.
Lobby brand, right?
No, Createx is Createx brand. It's the airbrush company. They do some really nice stuff. It's the same stuff I used to use when I worked at Six Flags doing t-shirts. Yeah, it's a good airbrush paint.
Well, I just mean like that's the main kind of airbrush paint that they carry at Hobby Lobby. So it's something you can find in just about any city that's got a Hobby Lobby for sure.
Oh yeah. I used what was it? It was a violet, a blue violet, and it's just real thin, real translucent. So when I painted over there, you can kind of still see some of the colors underneath. It just gave it a good glow effect, I think. Sorry, Graham. Sorry.
I really, really love your glow effect with that. That's pretty amazing looking.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I did it like 4 times. I repainted that thing 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Like went over it once, like no, too much white. Went over it again, no, too much purple.
Refuses to talk about Warcraft, is still trying to quit. I've embraced it. I've just decided to raid I've moved on to a game that I like better, Final Fantasy 14, but I'm still doing the every weekend raid. So Magnus did come out really amazing, Archer. You are absolutely right.
Thank you, sir. I'll get it to you eventually. I'm just too scared to ship it.
That's definitely understandable.
All right, so I've got Art of the Week prepped and primed. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right.
Art of the Week.
All right. So let's little music here should pop up on your screens here in just a second. All right, y'all see that?
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. This is by John Paul Dyer.
Yep.
Hobby Hive.
You can find him in the Hobby Hive over on the Facebooks.
Yes, sir.
That is amazing. And I love the inclusion of the glow-in-the-dark paint.
Yeah, that's really rad.
That is really cool.
And what I love is the way that even the strings glow. It reminds me of when I'm seeing like puppeteer magic done in any kind of magic show, or even in Naruto, where they do, the lines made of magic, the puppet strings made of magic.
Yeah.
Or reminds me of a bad sneeze.
Hey, is that Mythos as the puppet or Freak? Well, you've seen the height difference in our battle reports. I am definitely the marionette there.
Oh my. Okay.
That was their Halloween costume. That's a nice model. I like that model a lot.
This was just our role play that night in the bedroom. We got to keep it fresh sometimes.
Oh,
what?
So that wasn't a sneeze then, was it?
Oh. Crank it up.
2 sexy, demonetized.
What just happened?
You said it, Mythos, not me. No, that was a self-depreciating cheap shot.
Johnson, quick, go get me some more coffee. They're at it again.
Comment says he's headed to Dallas. So, if he heads to Dallas, maybe he can grab that Magnus for you, Archer. Jam Jar says, I've been off for 3 weeks. I'm sorry to hear about your injury, my man.
Yeah, man.
This has been the best, and now it's gotten a lot better. I love the peeps. Man, we love you too, man. Appreciate having you here, my man. Lady Dragon misses her druid from WoW. I always rocked the Sword Rogue, and everybody told me that Sword Rogue was the worst until they got really good.
I miss my pally.
I really enjoyed it.
Now that jet bike right there, yeah.
That's crazy.
I've wanted to do this because I still have my Burning of Prospero custodes, and I've never wanted to just do the all gold custodes. And I think this right here is the perfect mixture of gold trim, and black armor. That looks amazing.
That is pretty sexy.
Yeah, Thomas, I know. I will get your Mastodon finished soon. All that's left on is the freehand, and I'm just kind of nervous right now about it.
I
But
see
I'll
them
get it
more
done.
like Master Blaster. Closet Boy comment? I'm not sure.
What? Oh, that's a cool model.
Yep. So this one isn't even painted, but I love the conversion, so I thought I'd throw it up. So, I mean, this is just really cool. It's a Primaris body. It is the shield and sword from the Kill Team Cassius set. I forgot where he said the Thunderbolts were from. The head is also from Kill Team Cassius. It's just a lot of really cool parts to Primarisize. They're basically their own version of a con. So
It looks really cool.
So
That
is the term Primarisize or Primaritize?
I've heard Primarisize predominantly.
Okay, something to take note.
I think they're saying Primarisize like supersize.
Oh,
Primarisize.
yeah, that makes sense.
Also, when Cloud worked at McDonald's, Cloudersize was a thing.
Primaritize. Oh my.
So
God.
you do something like go in and order like a 99-cent double cheeseburger and a 99-cent fries, and what Cloud would do is hook you up with like 3 patties of burger, and he would only give you the small fry package, but he'd do the thing where he'd overload it into the bag a lot, so you'd end up getting like a large fry in a small fry wrapper. Cloud is awesome. So you could call them Cloudersize Marines.
Cloudersize.
Now this, look at this.
This is so awesome, bro.
I
Yeah,
mean,
okay.
that is such a cool Phoenix representation.
Dude.
And I love the way it's cut off, because you could imagine mentally sitting there and filling in the rest of the Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
And only the parts that would have hit the jet are on there.
That's sick, dude.
And I specifically wanted to throw this in because I thought a Dark Eldar player like Lady D in the chat might actually like to see it.
Yep.
Although apparently she flipped her table and quit painting. I think I've had the opposite of my desired effect here.
Way to go, Mythos.
Right,
But I
jerk.
thought the Phoenix looked great. There's a lot of opportunity grabbing in the chat tonight. Brian's like, I'll take your paints, Lady D.
Wow, it's like, man, everybody.
She
gets
says,
up
I
there.
feel small now. It's so beautiful. I know. I mean, that's exactly how I feel all the time painting alongside greats like Freak and Rob
Shut
and Richard. And I'm like, here's some stuff I painted.
Shut up.
I will take everything, and Big D will take the rest of your storm. The shade.
Dude, it's like, you know, they're I'm serious. I almost feel like everybody's just up for grabs for everything. I mean, are we back?
Brian
in
is at the bench
California?
painting the orcs. Good. Maybe we can get away
Yes.
with a couple of comments that the missus might not hear.
God.
So you had the question on whether it was primarisizing or primaritizing.
Yeah.
Gamecraft Dragon, I think this is the official term he's put down. He says the beginning.
The beginning.
The beginning?
Mm-hmm. And Thomas says it's true sizing.
True sizing. All right.
Zane is painting Poxwalkers, and he has an extra 6-ish hours. Let's see how many models he can get done in a month.
I don't.
Cool. Stab Zane like a Cornite. Wow, this guy did.
Dang.
And Corn's reaction being stabbed was harder day. Wow. This
This is getting-
too sexy demonetized. Anyways, back to the Space Wolves by Lemon 85. Now this was a real cool color scheme, grim and dirty, like a lot of people in the chat here like.
I don't know, man. Everybody seems like they're borderline rioting.
We've definitely lost control
Looting.
of the shit.
There's looting and everything, you know?
Where's the moderator? He ran and hid. I'm out of here.
That is such.
So I really like this take on Crom, by the way.
Yep.
Like, I've always thought, I don't know, just the brighter version that's on the box art for Crom, that never really appealed to me. But this darker gray 30K color scheme, plus having Crom as a, white-haired, long fang kind of look, instead of the really bright orange ginger, I don't know. It just makes him look cooler. Plus, the blue of the cape keeps it from being that real red, bright, in your face that the traditional Crom has. I really think this is just overall. There's a lot of smart artistic decisions here.
It looks less
really makes it
toyish
good.
and it looks more realistic. Looks like really good dioramic.
Yeah, it looks great. And I appreciate that while there's a lot of realism here, if you look at the Frostblade itself, there's a touch of that comic bookiness there. So. Roxas says when a Slanesh demon meets a corn demon.
God.
Stab, stab, stab. Harder, daddy.
What's going on, Roxas? Good to have him on.
What up, brother Roxas? I know I saw you in the chat earlier, and I don't think I got you because I was a little before while we were still working out our audio difficulties. But what up, my brother? I want to do some Neon Tron wolves now. My first Dreadnought I did inspired kind of by Tron. Oh yeah, that looks cool too. Roxas, that makes some BDSM people run, but not Zane because he's an inquisitorial agent. So this I've seen going around a lot of places.
I have too.
This Huron Blackheart conversion here from the Abaddon model. If you're not familiar with Huron Blackheart, he's I think the leader of the Red Corsairs, right? Something like that.
I don't know.
Anyways, very, very cool conversion here. And like I said, I've seen this, like everybody is in love with this. This thing has been all over Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody's sharing around these images, and it's not hard to see why. Look at the glow effect on that axe, the OSL on that fireball in his hand.
Yep.
Just amazing, amazing work all around.
Yeah, beautiful work.
Even that red fading from like a really dark brick-like color at the edges to a brighter red in the middle of the armor panels. I mean, it just looks so amazing. The way the OSL glows all the way up the arm and off the side of his face. I mean, it's just incredible. Love that blend. Absolutely.
Wow.
Holy Fritos, that axe. If we're going by Lord of the Rings terms, sir, it should be that axe. That axe.
The first time I saw this, I was like, holy crap, somebody put an LED in there.
Right?
Yeah.
It does look like that, yeah.
I've always been impressed with glow that looks so glowy, you actually think that there's a light there.
That is insane.
Love the minor changes, like the trophy rack. Exactly. There's just enough to make it different. Like, it's still obvious it's Abaddon, but it doesn't look like Abaddon anymore.
Yeah.
But you notice what he did, though, guys? I mean, look, once you spray this, you can't go back. You know, it's like you're at a point of no return once you get that orange, you know, that glow. Because he's got to cover the face, got to cover the rest. Dude, that's it. If you screw up, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Well, looking at the rest of his work and some of his comments, I think that's all brush blending, bro.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I mean, I don't know for sure. It's just some of the comments I was, because of course, when I see amazing stuff like this, one of the things I like to do is troll the comments section to see how it's done and stuff like that.
It probably is. No, really, it probably is. I mean, it's been done. It's just gorgeous work, man. I'm burning my models now. Jeez.
I'm just gonna stare at it with my mouth open.
All right, why is that even here?
What?
Black Demon Studio, you rock. We're not worthy. Why is what here?
Hold on, this is.
So this I don't actually have from the news segment. I grabbed from where it was shared in some of the community pages this week.
Okay.
So I went ahead and just threw the pictures there so I wouldn't forget to talk about them. But since we're here, they announced sometime, I think, for early next year, the 2 new tanks, the flamethrower version of the tank. I wish Lars were here.
Yeah.
Lars could name the tanks like with his eyes closed. But we've got the flame.
The Immolator?
Immolator, yes.
Yeah. I can't remember what the other one is, though.
Yeah, Lady Dragon was actually talking about this in the chat this past week. So.
This thing looks freaking amazing.
Very,
Except for the
very
creepy
churchy.
babies. I am definitely replacing all the creepy babies in my sister's army with something like birds or puppies or
No.
something.
I'm excited for that. I'm glad that they have little cherubs.
Yeah.
And you know what? I will send you all my creepy babies.
Wow,
Wow,
I will take them all.
that
I will
sounds
take all your
wrong. I
creepy
think we just got
babies, boy.
demonetized and investigated by the CIA here.
Johnson, they are sending creepy babies. What does this mean? Are they real babies, Johnson?
But yeah, definitely. I love the stained glass look here too for the front of the because you know if you read any of the Sisters of Battle lore, you know they are like moving congregations of churches, you know, on the battlefield, right? And so Exorcist, that's the organ tank.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thank you, Graham. But yeah, I mean the model looks familiar, and I've seen like Lars has the old school models of these, and I love his version and what he's done with them. But these updated models look fantastic. The stained glass too. I definitely want to use all the gem effect paints for him. Here's the Exorcist here, and man, like first of all, I really appreciate the design. Who thought, guys, let's make a church organ and
That
stick
shoots
missiles in all the pipes.
Yep.
But man, that sucker in just one round of shooting lit us up. I
Yeah.
think he had 2 or 3. No, he had 2 of those on his backfield.
Yep.
Lars
Round one.
lit us up in that battle.
Turn 1 tore me up, man.
Turn 1, he just looked at a couple of our vehicles and is like,
Yep.
"That's going to be gone, and that's going to be gone." And we're like, "Okay." Churchy McWindow face. Yep. The stained glass window. Could you go back a picture, Freak?
Sure.
You mentioned one of the sisters driving it also had the stained glass effect on her helmet, and I didn't see the sister.
Oh, really?
I think because my eyes are just drawn to the stained glass front plate of the tank.
I don't see that on there.
Maybe it was in a different picture, not necessarily in this picture. Unless he's talking about the window, because I see like the sister behind the window.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just talking about her behind the window.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I think it looks great. It bothers Big D, but I think like the church is so ingrained in the lore for the sisters.
Yeah.
To me, it's very fitting.
Yep.
Oh, it's on the organ. Okay, next one then.
Oh, let me go back. Hang on. I don't. Do you see it? I don't see it.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see it. I see creepy babies.
Baby.
Yeah, we just may not be able to see it from this angle, but I mean, like I said, I think both look amazing.
Oh wait, that's the driver right there, and he's wearing. Well, I guess that's it's not really stained glass, but I don't know what that is.
Like I see the driver. Nothing really looks out
I
of
don't
place.
know what that is he's got in front. I mean, that's some crazy whipped out glasses or something, but maybe he's doing VR work anyway. All right, here we go. I know this guy.
Is that all you got?
Oh.
That is so he is doing a project he calls No Bolter November, where he's just going to focus on his fantasy AOS stuff. And so with this, he's doing these guys up to look like, you know, fantasy knights, paladins in, steel armor. So we're going to see a lot of steel here. He feels that the traditional gold armor of the Stormcast that he liberated from from Lady Dragon or appropriated, depending on whose side of the argument you're listening to here. Relocated, I think, is a good neutral
Relocation
term.
Is good.
Right.
That's
He
safe.
relocated them.
That's a safe
from
word.
Lady Dragon's collection, and so doing them in this steel kind of color, we're going to see his fantasy steel colored knights, on his channel very soon. He's still very early on. He's got the steel colors down. He's got them non-oiled up, and he's got his early work done, and we're going to get to see some of the fancier effects coming to his channel soon. I freed them from her and replaced them with cornates. Thomas says he agrees they look so much better in steel.
It's a nice
The
change
gold-
for sure.
If you see it up close, she has a window face. Okay.
Yeah, I just see that. Yeah.
Who steals their significant others' models? phone decided to cut me off. Well, welcome back, Jam Jar. So this, speaking of Zane, so this is some pictures Zane submitted from Mark Chi. So this is like a black and white comic book style he painted these orcs in. And he's even got a little diorama where it looks like a comic book scene. So I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
All right.
They weren't stolen. They were alternatively acquired.
Wow. Oh, I'll have to use that.
As the rogue of the family, Lily agrees with you, Big D.
I need to remember that term next time I might go to the bank.
Comic Inken Berna Gitzy Orcs. Coming soon, my article in the Illustrated Fantasy. Very cool.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then the next one over, you can see the group of them together. Lady Dragon, have you finished your models? Which ones? Hate you all. Don't hate us. We were using a neutral term like appropriate. Not appropriate. That's not neutral.
No, that's not neutral at all.
Relocate.
That is not a safe word.
See, take a look at that. Isn't that cool? That's like a diorama of a comic
Great
scene.
deflect, Mythos. Good job.
It doesn't deflect very well if you
I
call me
know. You're still the target spotlight. It's okay. Let
Did
it
you just
happen.
see what he did?
Love that black and white look. Missed that old starter set.
Just let it happen. The Weather Pig. Dude is a beast. Gosh.
Weather Pig is a beast.
All right. Burning models now.
So this, he says, so he submitted the tank. He says this is some of his best work.
I can see
And you
why.
can definitely see some realism in his tank work here.
Yep. Dude, that's just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I still need to hand over these historical models that I said I was going to give you. You said you were thinking about painting up some
I'd love
historical
to.
tanks with
Yes.
your
I
your
wish
brother
you-
David.
I wish you would. Love that, dude. I love historicals. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Dude, it looks freaking real.
It does. That looks pretty awesome. I love like there's some like very there's some shading there. There's some very, very minor, not overly done like bits of rust effect. I mean, just overall,
Dude.
it looks so good.
Water effects. He's got rust effects. He's got it all on there. It just looks like something that, oh man.
That's one of those ones you can go take it outside in the daylight and have just some kind of cool background and look literally like you're looking at a tank.
Yeah.
I love his answer. So somebody said, "That's a patent tank, right?" He goes, "It is a big gun." Technical term. That is
And
really gorgeously painted. my brother.
okay, see, there it is. Look, he did all the water effects. Stain this. Oh man, dude.
All the water staining and stuff.
Dude, Weatherpack, yeah, dude, you are a beast.
It's so subtle too. Like it's not overly done. It's subtle,
Oh,
very
my
real looking.
Gosh, what's the scale of that model? I really didn't get it. Curious.
That is an M51 Super Sherman with a 105.
Very nice.
I know what that means.
Armory Division. 105.
It's a 135. You were asking about the scale?
Okay, 135. Okay. Oh man, Sherman, World War II. That was supposed to go after the Panzers because the Panzers were such a pain in the butt, and this was supposed to take on the Panzer, if I'm not mistaken. Dang, dude.
It is a Sherman tank modified with a bigger gun, is what it means. Thank you, Roxas. This guy's speaking my language.
There you go. I got some more I'm gonna have to set up, so bear with me. All right, let's find some more good stuff.
Yeah, man, I'll happily hand over some of the historical stuff for you.
Oh, that'd be cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. All right.
from Israel.
Yeah. Did we not cover this?
That is really cool that you want to kit bash some female Blood Reavers. Also, that there's one single character model, a lady dragon. That is, she's a chaos lady with a hammer or with an axe and shield. She looks awesome, and I think she'd go really well in your collection.
All right. Here's some orc loving for Brian. Let's turn it up.
Orc lovin'. So this was sent to us by Big D, and I might have somewhere where it's from.
Oh.
I just
Is that insane,
Reddit
bro?
loves the orcs as well.
Jeez, man.
This is from Reddit. Let's see if I can pull the name of the artist, because we love to give credit to the artist here on Art of the Week. But I do not see the artist name. I just see the picture number. Big D, if you happen, because I don't have a Reddit account, Big D, if you happen to have the artist we can give credit to, that would be great, good sir.
Let me see here.
He says the orc guy from last week, but I don't remember. That's the guy with the 80,000 points in orcs from last week.
Wow.
With really big conversions and stuff. Username is Gear Guts. Thank you, sir. We really love making sure that we can give credit to the artist here. What an incredible conversion. I love that. That looks like the Chaos Beast. If you put the Juggernaut, you can put a Chaos Lord on. Only bigger and orcified.
Okay, here's an interesting tip, guys. This is 3D printed.
Also, Brian says, yes, boing.
Yeah, this is a 3D printed model.
That's awesome.
That is very cool.
This is incredible.
I'm guessing from the print lines or something.
Yes, yeah. And by the way, you can see the little.
Oh yeah, when you
little
zoom it up, you can see it pretty obviously there.
Yeah. No, I could tell a 3D printed model.
Man, you were able to spot that far away.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see if it's printed out, but I mean, still though, I mean, not bad, man. He did a great job painting. I mean, this is really nice.
I'm guessing this is his count as his squigoth or whatever.
Yeah. But so it looks like he did that. He printed the legs. This, the 3D printed. Look, there's your ridges. He smoothed these out. He sanded these down. Very nice. I'm impressed.
It looks great.
Yeah, this is a great. Huh.
And it's orc weathered, but it looks good. Like it was done with care.
Right.
It wasn't just slapped around, you know.
Oh man, it's funny because I was on the chat with Phil from Wargamer Online, and
right.
we were discussing the different things, and he's got the he has the resin printer. And man, I mean, I've had a 3D printer and I loved it, man. But I think the next thing will definitely be a resin printer because, man, could you imagine a lot of really good stuff? Of course, you can't really build at this. Well, you could, but I don't know. I don't think you'd get this kind of scale. I mean, this is a pretty large model. But anyway, I think that, hey, 3D printers, man, that's we'll be talking about that, right? Pretty crazy. Gorgeous stuff, man. There you go.
Zane says, I've been meaning to do one for display. You can get those lines much thinner now. My printer can get thinner lines, but you got one with a fairly small build plate.
Yeah.
Roxas says you just build it in parts. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying you could do that scale. You just got to build it in parts.
Right.
Kind of like what we were looking at when you were looking at doing the bolter projects to make each of us.
Right, but I'm actually talking about like Phil's resin printer because that doesn't quite. I imagine you can do the same with that too. So
just put it in pieces.
Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go and.
Okay. Well, I'm going to catch up in the chat while he does. So, talking about the female Chaos Lord, Lady Dragon says that she wants her, which, I mean, she's an awesome. I don't even play Chaos, and I want to paint her up just because she looks awesome. I almost kind of want to sand down the Chaosy bits on her shield and stuff like that, and just kind of put her as like one of the Fenrisian tribeswomen. I think she'd be great for that kind of like female tribeswoman. Richard, my man, when we do this Art of the Week, man, we don't mean to like not let you talk. When you see something cool, man, feel free to chat.
No, yeah, totally.
For the female Blood Reavers, Lady Dragon's thinking about using Deepkin Water Elves. That sounds pretty cool. Who Took My Dice says took 3 to down 1 Panzer. I guess the Shermans. 3 Shermans to down 1 Panzer. Jam Jar 34 Big D wants to know is it Big D Saturday tomorrow? You guys going to do an F-It live show tomorrow? There's a Corn Leader that is female and want it so much. Painting Sea Elves tomorrow. That would be cool, Jam Jar. Is she the one with the trident and the wings? That would be cool. War Chiefess. Let's see. I'm going to have to resist buying a box. I have to finish what I have and do my Coven from Warcry first. Yeah, it's definitely, it gets easy to snowball and build, start more projects than you can finish. Richard and I were just talking about that earlier.
Like 100%. Like I'm still like that, the Warlord. I'm still working on that 3 years later.
Yep. I've got Imperial Knights here that have started and never finished.
Yeah.
3D printer in January. Kit bashing next level. Nice. Yeah, there's some great kit bashing projects you can do with the printer. Maybe we'll never know. That's the point. Yeah, that is why he calls it F It Will Do It Live. I'm not as fast as my husband, sadly. I mean, you've just started in the painting side of the hobby, right? And the fact that you can put out quality work and, even if it's not super fast, that's still awesome. And the speed will just come with painting practice. I keep saying that, hoping that, I'm going to get speed with my painting practice. But the Knights, Zane says he'll take those off of my hands. That no can do, my bro, because Freak and I have a special project coming up for our January painting projects. And we don't want to give away too much, but we have a big project for that. Back again, Bloody Phone. Jam Jar, my man. Big D said that he's not sure if they'll do a Saturday show. That's why he calls it F It Will Do It Live. So you'll just have to keep a look tomorrow to see if he does a show. Gamecraft Dragon says she's been painting for 6 months and already winning awards. Yep. So if you didn't catch it on their show, Lady Dragon won their games. Was it Armies on Parade? She won the best newcomer, and Gamecraft Dragon Big D won the whole shebang. So both of them won awards at Armies on Parade. That is phenomenal.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations to both of them. The art on that. You know how the art on that flyer made you want to quit painting, Lady Dragon? Sent you a guy's pic of my brother's builds. I didn't see nothing come through. Big D. Although we just got in a ton from Hellchild.
It says the attachment may
attachment
have been removed. Yeah,
yep.
It's unavailable. Yeah, I don't have permission to send it to us.
Stab Zane again. Yep, we got it, Thomas. I sent it on over to Freak.
What are we looking at here? Ooh, oh, hi. All right.
Aw. You know how the painting on that flyer makes you want to quit painting Lady Dragon? That's how your painting makes me feel. Aw. It's just like the time that Seeing Freak's Thunderwolf made me burn my Thunderwolves. And then Freak saw Brother Rob's from the miniatures paintbrush, and then he burned his Thunderwolves.
Bonfire.
So this was one sent to us by Brother Thomas, the Warrior Painter 91 on Instagram, and I love the marble effect on that custode.
Oh yeah, that's rad.
Also, you gotta love how there's the darker shades. I'm not sure if that's non-metallic or just really, really well done true metallic. But you can see the darker shades around the ankles and the brighter spots on the leg plates.
Yeah.
So like it's gold, but it actually has tonality.
That looks like definitely non-metallic. That's incredible. Wow. Wow. That is just straight up insane, man.
Yeah, that marble effect looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I do find myself wishing for a third color though, like red missiles or red eye lenses or something.
Just to kind of break it apart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Speaking of red, this is a gorgeously painted Death Watch squad here.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Nice.
It just looks so sharp too. It's not, and so this is going back to what we were talking about earlier. This looks like more painted in the classic style,
right.
not a bunch of crazy highlights and shades and stuff like that, but still really clean and respectable looking. It looks great.
No, absolutely. Yeah, because you can see the highlight, the edge highlighting.
Good night, Steve. Yep. And I have to say, I'm very weak on edge highlighting, so I definitely respect when I see it well done.
Dude, you did a bang-up job on your last one. What was it that I was so impressed? I saw the edge highlighting was ridiculous. It was like, I mean, razor sharp.
Oh, that was that secret project that I did for a YouTuber.
Right, dude, that was crazy.
Well, thank you, bro. Thank you. I definitely have been practicing on my edge highlighting, even though I don't like it.
Yeah. These are cool. These are straight up cool.
Absolutely. Death Watch rules, says X-Gear Commander. Also cool. Now this goes back. So we were just looking, man, we were just all over the place with our taste tonight. Look at this. This has such a good mix. So like the armor is all grim dark done.
Yep.
But like the straps on the banner there and the energy effects on the weapon are all comic booky. It's a really good cross between the two styles.
Very nice, dude.
And you know, I've been experimenting with turquoise power effects lately, and I gotta say, I really think it pops on these models. Noise. I just noised your noise.
And that's everything.
All right, go. I sent you a couple of things. No, I didn't. Apparently, I just really thought very hard about sending them to you.
What'd you call me?
I called you a thought, baby.
Dang it.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Okay, take that. This is also from Weather Pig. This is that Terminator he did an episode on earlier today. And I just wanted to show you how good this Terminator looks. So we saw some very realistic tank work from him. Now, this is some of his very 40K looking stuff with the beginners. I was mentioning earlier, a very good beginner's guide to non-metallic. And he did it here on the shield and the gold work here and some on the hammer, and it just looks so clean.
Oh, here I got Big D's pick here, so I'm going to switch to that real quick here. There it is. Wow, that is. I think Brian can definitely appreciate this.
That a little scale model in here,
dude. That is just insane.
And there's that candy shell that you talk about when you do your scale modeling.
Yeah, man. Dang.
Oh, sick.
That is really
very
neat.
cool.
Very nice. Yeah.
I love the road dust effect on the tires.
Yeah. Right?
That looks really good.
I was zooming right in on that too.
Very nice. All right, and let me go to the ones you were talking about. All right.
He's taught him. Big D says that his brothers taught him everything he knows. That's pretty awesome. Really well done, dude. Definitely see that you guys have a lot of talent in your family.
I got something for my frugal painters. Let's see if I can get it to you. I've been looking for a really good like teal and stuff to use.
Mm-hmm.
And we were painting pumpkins the other day. Just happened to have one there, like a paint there, that I was like, holy crap, I need to take a picture of this so I can remember to pick it up.
While you get that sent to us, I just want to show everybody real quick the Weather Pig, by the way. Definitely check out his YouTube channel, and here he is on the Instagrams, the Weather Pig. I mean, look at that. And actually, I really, really like that color on the Blood Angel, too.
Very vibrant. Yep.
Very vibrant. But what really impresses me is how good that non-metallic gold looks. And like I said, his explanation of it was just very simple and sounded easy to follow. Now, I say that now, who knows what'll happen when I get behind a paintbrush and try doing it myself.
Replicating is a totally different thing.
We're a big fan of apple barrel paints here on the show. So Richard just hooked us up with a really good turquoise color.
Okay, hang on. Let me...
Or teal color, rather. And actually, teal is one of my little girl's favorite color.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Another sub to Weather Pig. Awesome. That photo is missing a step, but you can see what I'm going for on the gold. Cool. Yeah, definitely looks good. Really good.
You look really good.
Oh, look at that. How sweet.
Apple barrel. Tuscan teal.
Tuscan teal.
That color just turned out really nice.
Nice. That's
It's a
awesome.
good looking color.
And I have found, at least with the black paint, that little apple barrel and a little Windex or some alcohol, especially the lower grade alcohol, like this 70% or whatever, does a really good job of thinning out apple barrel paints to, more gear friendly. Yep. In fact, I still have, and I use black on everything. Yep. I still have the original bottle of jet black here that I thinned down with alcohol almost 3 years ago. I bought a second one.
What kind of alcohol? Black. What kind of alcohol did you use? Rubbing
the
alcohol?
Lower grade, I think it's the 70-30.
Okay. Of isopropyl?
Yeah, isopropyl. Yep.
Huh.
Just honest, super cheap dollar, or less than $1 for a bottle,
Yeah, your basic, rubbing alcohol.
Yep.
Well,
good old rubbing alcohol.
I didn't know that. That's kind of weird because it's acrylic.
Using that I have rubbing alcohol in that paint because I lick my brushes a lot and I forget sometimes that's on there and I go. Just definitely not what you want to be licking your brush with.
Then you're lit.
Then I am toasted. Hellwork says it's a good color. Zane says, I think I already am, but I will check. I wasn't, but I just did. So some good subs coming Weather Pig's way. Follow you on Instagram as well, Weather Pig. And Thomas also. So you got some subs on the YouTubes and some subs on the Instagrams.
Very nice.
I'll get Instagram later. I'll hop on there later and sub them.
Awesome. All right. So that is all of our art of the week. And you know what? After seeing this amazing... Oh, wait, that is not everything for art of the week. We just got a few more from Big D. Oh, man, I think that's some more of his big brother's work. Wow, the attention to detail on that instrument paneling. I'll wait till you guys can see it.
Okay, hang on.
But then we really got to move on to our main topic. And we got to get some motivation in our lives,
Well, I
guys.
definitely can use some motivation.
After seeing stuff like that amazingly painted Phoenix, I'm going to need some motivation in my life.
A lot of motivation.
I've got a whip.
Whoa, wow.
That's motivating.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, like an Indiana Jones whip.
Oh,
Not that
Okay.
kind.
I mean, if you do it right, they're the same.
Hey, we got a popsicle?
Oh crap! Emo around the corner. I love now when comments come like that come up. I don't even have to read the name of who it is because they're
Yeah, you know who it is.
So I know something. I'm building a contemptor right now for somebody else. A young man.
Young man, young fella.
Ooh,
They
I'm
don't-
excited to see that.
They don't come with the shoulder parts, but I had extra, so I hooked you up.
Man, you are beautiful, my man.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they got the shoulder pads, but then they
Yep.
got that little, the actual, I guess, upper arm of it.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, how am I gonna? He wants it magnetized. How can I magnetize it? He ain't got nothing to magnetize.
Man, I appreciate that, my man. Somebody's going to get a tip. Just the tip. It's everybody's favorite game. Anyways, take a look at this beautiful, beautiful work by Big D's brother again. Look at the attention to detail on that instrument cluster. It really looks like you're looking inside of a NASCAR right here.
Yep. Pretty freaking awesome, dude.
And we all know how much we like NASCAR here in Texas.
Yes, I do.
Making another left turn. And then another left turn.
Guess what? We're taking another left turn.
The accent isn't racist if I'm also from Texas, just so you guys know.
I just let you know that this right here is the most beautiful thing I've ever done seen.
Zane says, yes, whip me for my sins. There you go.
I can see myself sitting in that car, just driving around, picking up some chicks. Just let it happen.
Brother Roxas says, Garrett feels personally attacked. Thomas says, a beer for every left turn. I don't mean to personally attack.
You tell Garrett he could just jump in that car with me. We could just ride around, just go cruising. Ain't nothing to it, bud. We just, hey, the windows there ain't no windows anyway. They're down, so we just ride around and get some girls.
I did a lot of growing up in North Carolina where it's even bigger. NASCAR's even bigger. 4:30 a.m. Time to sleep, methinks. Good night, Graham Collin. Thank you for joining us, my man.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for coming. That's what she said.
But that really does straight up look like a NASCAR. It really does. Also, I just realized it's a NASCAR, and something I learned from Lightning McQueen, Kachow, is NASCARs don't have side mirrors. So you can see that right there. There was no mirror.
And so here's the thing: if you like cars, you also like planes.
The Blue Angels. Now, being a military brat myself, I have visited many a Blue Angels. That's not fair. Don't tag team him.
That's just lovely.
But yeah, that looks awesome.
Wow, very nice. Air brakes. This is very neat.
We're about to throw a shout out to give a certain somebody an Instagram follow.
All right.
All right, and just because he's in the chat, we're going to throw one more freak. I don't mean to keep throwing these your way. But the chat is very, very much participating today, which is great to see.
Okay. You're going to send it to me?
All right, and yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
And this is the last one. They're moving on to the main topic, guys, with some other stuff in.
Yeah, good God.
Because it's already 10:35.
Ooh.
This was really incredible. I love this conversion. And it's like a mix of universes, right?
Yeah.
Guys, one of the things that comes up in the hobby all the time is people want to compare what would happen if this thing from 40K met this thing from Star Wars, right? What would happen if Darth Vader, fought Chaos Marines, or what would happen? It's something that comes up a lot.
Oh, that's really cool.
Holy cow. That's funny. That's just nuts.
This is a looted ATST, I believe.
Holy crap. Daka, daka, daka.
That is so cool. Daka, daka, daka. So I think this counts as a looted tank, looted wagon, one of them. I know my orcs. Not. No, this is definitely Art of the Week material, Brian. And definitely, if you want to follow Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak, he has been putting up a lot of his painted work over the years up on the Instagram. So check him out.
This is so cool, man.
Expanding your horizon so you better understand your enemy and appreciate the man Emperor even more. I'm keeping them, but I have so many Marines to paint that I just don't enjoy painting them. Death Guard, on the other hand, is so much fun. That's how you fall to chaos, my friend.
Indeed.
That's how you fall to chaos.
That's a heresy crap right
there.
I
think you like the orc with the towel head in his hand. I always love that, and that's why you're one of my favorite channels ever. Now I want to paint my Imperial Guard as Imperials, do Tempestus Scions as Stormtroopers. That would be really cool. I'd love to see that conversion. Well, before we go on to our main topic, Freak, we got to get some motivation on our lives, or we can't finish the show. I don't even know.
I agree with that, man. The heck?
I don't even know how to talk anymore.
I'm just, sometimes we just need to meditate. Not touch my scions. Oh.
No. Somebody does not want to have more of their models relocated.
Oh, man.
Thomas, you don't want to get in the middle of this, my man.
Yeah.
Run away.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place, and there's no safe word.
Oregon. Oklahoma.
Pineapple.
All right.
Pineapple juice.
Freak, call your friend and bring us that beautiful theme song.
I will. In the name of Brian, I am going to call Chaplain EMO. Where is the chaplain?
I'm out here.
You don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain EMO and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world is you down, you want to scream, just listen to the words of Chaplain EMO.
I love that theme song.
It's a wonderful theme song. I just love it. It makes me freaking happy.
How can it not?
Yep.
How can it not? Plus, I mean, you just feel uplifted when you know you're going to get the word from the Emperor,
right?
From the man who the Emperor talks through, right?
Yeah.
You got to have a religious leader like a chaplain in your life, and in this case, for us, Chaplain EMO.
Right. And, of course, he is the basically oracle of the Emperor. He is the voice of them. So apparently, if he's going to be the voice of the Emperor, he has to hear his voice.
Absolutely.
So,
Chaplain, what is the word you have for us tonight? Share your wisdom from the Emperor.
EMO.
Lord Emperor, is that you? Could it be?
No, you fool. It's Charlie from down the hall.
Well,
everybody gets punked here now and then, I guess.
Well, yeah, I'm thoroughly motivated. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, will you mind pulling up that before we move on, while you pull up the Dreamforge website for our main topic tonight, I'm going to go ahead and shout out some really important people. And while you do that, so shout out to the people who help us do the things that we do, help us upgrade the channel, help us do nice things for people.
Indeed.
So, of course, starting at our blood claw level, we've got brother Jake and his awesome channel that is not had a lot of content on, but has moved on to become a really incredibly successful commission painter, and that is Chief Live Gaming. Super awesome, really great guy. Okay, then we have our Gray Hunter level. We've got brother Roxas here in the chat as one of our Gray Hunters. We've got brother Zane here in the chat, one of our Gray Hunters. And I mean, really doing an awesome job helping support us. Appreciate their constant support. Speaking of people we support, is our only Wolf Guard tier level and moderator of this chat. We appreciate our Wolf Guard brother Zane, brother Archer. Jesus, let me do that again.
Wow.
Brother Archer. I was reading Zane's name on the screen. You got two squirrel. Guys, I don't know why we let the guy with the ADD run. Okay, we both have ADD.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Something and his name popped up on the screen and I read it. Brother Zane. Wait, no. Wolf Guard Brother Archer, our Wolf Guard who won third quarters giveaway Marine or giveaway model of an infantry or equivalent model. And we've got a Raven Guard Smash Captain with Relic Claws coming his way. So that was a serious slap mythos. Guys, it's only awkward if we let it be awkward, right?
Indeed.
Hunters, what is your weapon of choice? Mine is archery. I would love if archery were mine, but I'm terrible with bows. I need to practicing it better. Mine is knife throwing, though. That is my weapon of choice for that. Yeah, throwing knives and throwing spikes. Definitely my favorites.
Oh my God.
I'm the Lady Dragon. I can suck on brushes. God, urge to not be. Anyways.
Oh my gosh.
If
Move
you're a
along.
Lady Dragon, I've got some news for you.
Don't stay there too long. Don't you move along. All right, which one is it you wanted to pull up there, Mythos?
The Dreamforge website.
Okay.
So we are actually, especially with only 20 minutes left in the show, we're going to skip. There wasn't a lot of the GW news that we felt like pertained to us this week, except for the announcement of the tanks. So what we're going to do is actually skip to our main topic, which we felt like was even bigger news than what came out this week. And that is the Dreamforge website sale. So they are eliminating their plastic kits because they're moving to resin next year.
Oh, wow.
So with that, they have a massive sale, including if you'll jump to the Leviathans, including these Leviathans, which Freak and I have actually seen at our local store as an alternate model for an Imperial Knight.
Yep.
And actually, we've looked at these boxes. They have one of the if you'll actually click on the Leviathans, there we go. You can actually see Imperial Knight equivalents here of the claw weapon, or the fist weapon, the chainsword style weapon. You can see the Gatling weapon. So you can see equivalents. This is their Imperial Knight equivalent, and I've actually seen people paint these like awesomely and run them as Imperial Knights. They even scale very well. Now, you guys know the price tag on an Imperial Knight. Well, you can get one with the sword and assault cannon loadout for only $25. Plus, they charge, at least here in the States, $10 for shipping.
Not bad. That's still a really good deal.
Oh, that's an amazing deal for an Imperial Knight. Plus, you get this really cool sculpt. Don't get me wrong. I think Imperial Knights look amazing, right? But if you're doing an army of Imperial Knights, this is a great way to get an alternate sculpt, right?
I'd love to paint
there's
this.
a little variety.
Yeah.
I bought a long time ago off eBay the Mortis one, the one that has the skull face.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not sure if that one's sold out yet because, like I said, at $25, these things are moving.
Yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, they definitely had that on sale when I looked yesterday.
I turned mine into an Orc Stompa.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, that's another great one. So check these out, guys. This makes a great stand-in for an Imperial Knight. Gorgeous model. It's big and beefy looking, you know. So real, if you like battle tech and stuff, those kind of style suits, to me, this has more of a battle tech kind of feel
Yeah,
to
it does. I like this. I like this a lot. Dude.
Posability on these things too is great. It's
So-
really good. It's almost like putting a toy together.
Oh man,
So I really want one. And $25
Yeah.
that's such a steal.
I think I'll be ordering.
I've
dude.
contemplated getting one too. I want to get one of that and the 15 millimeter ones, the smaller
Oh,
ones.
that's cool for the Titanicus size.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say for using it as a Dread Knight
Oh, nice.
conversion.
Yep, I think one of these babies, since it's so cheap, may go on the credit card. Buy one Mythos, buy one Freak.
I think I'd
Apparently
like to
Archer
get one.
has already seen one of these done up as a Dread Knight. It was pretty
Yeah.
amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, they turn out pretty cool.
And
I'm disappointed that they don't have the APCs. I really wanted one of the APCs for my Death Court.
yeah, I think they were already sold out by the time this sale started.
Yeah, they were gone a long time ago. Even my distributors can't get them anymore.
Oh no, we suck again. That is so cool. It really makes a great looking model. The only thing is that I have 3 knights and 3 minis right now. I don't really need another knight. But it's so cool looking.
Are you sure
And
you
here's some
don't
of the
need
weapons.
one?
So there's the battle cannon there if you want the battle cannon version. There's a laser destroyer, which, I mean, you know, I'm not even sure what you might use that one for because it doesn't quite look similar to any of the actual Imperial Knights, but there's obviously the
Blast
melted
cannon.
cannon version here.
Yeah, laser. Just So
The laser destroyer, maybe if you're using like the laser impulsor from
oh yeah.
the Canis Rex model, right? It could be even a stand-in Canis Rex if you get one of the fists and the las impulsor here.
Oh yeah,
So-
that would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Like I said, there's the melted kind of option here on the second row. I mean, very cool. And actually, okay, the alternate sculpts for the cooler tanks.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
So, I mean, these just look phenomenal. So, question while we're looking through some of these, how do you guys feel? Because I've heard some people say that they refuse to play with anything but Games Workshop appropriate models. And of course, if you spend most of your time playing in a Games Workshop store, then that absolutely makes sense, right?
Sure.
If you'll go back one, Freak, and check out their infantry section too, they've got some pretty cool Imperial Guard stuff there too.
Let's see.
Actually, so I was showing our friend Atlas some of these, and he restarted his Imperial Guard army, and he went ahead and bought 3 of the heavy weapons teams because they're on sale again, so cheap.
Yeah. Whenever I got Brian sent me a message the other day on Facebook telling me to go check them out, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And I got there, I was like, "Holy,
Yeah,
oh, these are prices
full credit to
insane."
Brian because most of us didn't know about this sale
Yeah.
until Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak there in the chat hit us up. So kudos to him.
It's
I'm not
interesting.
gonna lie. I thought Dreamforge was done. Like I thought they were over because you couldn't find anything new. Because I got back into selling game stuff now, so my
Yeah.
store is back up. But no distributor has anything by them anymore.
Well, it
It's
says
all
they're closing their
hardware.
warehouse and they're liquidating
Yeah.
the stock. So.
But I'm glad they're not going away because I really like their models.
I don't know. I
So,
mean,
People who refuse to play against opponents that use third-party models, and we've actually come across that in some of the stores that Freak and I have been to as well. Some people have said, if that's not the right model, I refuse to play against you, which is, as Archer says here, that's stupid and closed-minded. As long as they tell me what it is beforehand, I don't give a crap if they're using something as counts as.
Doesn't have to be 100% WYSIWYG. So you know what? Stop it.
Yeah, I hate that.
Along the same mindset, Brian says variety is the spice of life. I agree with
Indeed.
that. You should. X-Gear Commander says you guys should check out some of the old Mutant Chronicle miniatures.
Oh,
Definitely we
those are cool.
should.
Those are cool.
So right there, that heavy weapons team there, Atlas bought 3 of those because he needs heavy weapons team for his Imperial Guard. And look at this price, $7 for a set of heavy weapons, guys.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
And
man.
to me, these are the coolest looking. Like, don't get me wrong, Games Workshop does great miniatures. But aside from maybe the Scions, I think this is some of the coolest looking Imperial Guard miniatures I've ever seen.
I love the poses, man. They're very dynamic.
Absolutely.
I like it a lot.
So very, very cool. I love the design of their armor. Also, they have one that looks like a Space Marine, but you can only get one. So he'd make a great Captain stand-in model or something like that.
Which one,
but
Methus?
It's one special edition.
Which guy?
It's a third one there. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay, the one I just pulled up.
Yep. So, I mean, you look at him, he's got a storm shield looking option, I think he comes with. He's got a rifle and a power sword. I think he'd make a great captain model.
Funny, they all look like they have the Aquila. You know that?
Yeah, they kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this is definitely meant to be a not quite Games Workshop model. I think this is like pretty legit.
Terminator armor. Yep.
Well,
I thought they were supposed to eventually have a walker thing too.
oh, man. See, this is what I was talking about. This would be really difficult for me to move to Australia. He says that $25 Imperial Knight stand-in costs $70 to ship to Australia.
What?
He said he was going to get one, but it would still almost be full price for
That's
him. even with the
ridiculous,
shipping.
man. No.
Look right there, that bare plastic. That would be such a great captain model. I almost want one for my Ultramarines. A 3-inch tall captain? Is that how big that thing is?
Yeah, standing nearly 3 inches tall on the base.
Holy crap, he'd be the size of a dreadnought.
Yeah. Well, 3 inches.
That's a big ass captain.
That's more like
Primarch.
Yeah,
That's more like
Primark.
Hillman.
That'd be a Primark size. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap. Now I could definitely see myself running that as a Gilliman.
There's your Gilliman. Yep.
I mean, I have a Gilliman, but still.
Hey, you done found your gorilla man.
If you guys haven't seen, we did a joke battle report once called Bubba Goes In Too Cheap, because one of our first videos on the channel was getting in on the cheap, as in getting in on the hobby on the cheap. And we had a video later on, about a year later, that says Bubba's In Too Cheap. And he stole a piece of terrain off of a table that looked like an imperial kind of statue. And he said, this is his Bubba Gorilla Man. That's his primate. Yep. Ryan remembers Bubba and his plastic army man. We called them drunk angels.
Drunk angels. Yeah.
The Thor APC looks great. Unfortunately, they are sold out of the APCs.
So all they have add-ons for them, though, the upgrades, like to turn it into the missile launcher, and then the tank ones. Oh, those look so nice.
Yep.
I'm all kinds of
get the APC missiles and put them on one of my secondhand land speeders that I have as the Typhoon missile launchers.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Be a cool little conversion.
I was thinking about using the those APCs with the tank heads on them, count as Layman Russes and stuff.
Oh, that would be really awesome. If only they weren't sold out.
Yes.
All right. So, what is the coolest thing that you guys have used as proxy in some of your games? Some of your alternative models?
7-Up
We'd really
can.
like to hear. Say what?
A 7-Up can.
A 7-Up can. Yep, that was his drop pod.
Yep.
Oh, that was Bubba's drop pod.
Right.
I saw there was a battle report on Edict Beer 40K's channel, and he had Capitan Morgan on his channel, and he was using one of his son's toys as the giant squigoth. That's kind of interesting to see. Water bottle drop pods. By the way, you have a request to bring Bubba back. That right there would make a great melta cannon.
All right.
Yeah, it would. It really would. I see stuff all the time that I want to get and use it for something. You know, I guess Wally came out with a toy line a while back. They have one of the Wally trucks, little trash truck thing that he would go in.
Oh yeah,
that and turn that into like a spaceship, like a 40K ship.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Kind of like cargo carrier.
Got to start working on the Gundam more. Oh man, I wonder if we still have a picture of that. We had once one of the buddies from our local store took a couple of Gundam kits that he had and kit bashed them together and made one of the Cerastus Knight Lancers with
Oh,
the shield and javelin. It's probably the coolest looking Lancer I've ever seen.
Nice.
It looks amazing. Magic the Gathering deck box as a Rhino. Interesting. That's real interesting. I have a couple of proxies right now. So one of them, and I've shown this on the live chat before. Actually, it's in my model box. That is in my model case right now. Yeah, so I've got this really cool Iron Circle Domitar, which is a 30K Iron Warriors model. But I painted it in my AdMech colors because one of my best friends gave it to me for my birthday. And so I painted it up as my AdMech because they thought Freakalicious there thought it was an AdMech model. And so I made it an AdMech model. And so I'm using the hammer as Castellan Robot Fist, and it's actually the right size, right base. It actually looks it looks like a really good squad leader for my Castellan Robots. And so I'm using the shield as their reflective shield, which, by the way, the first time, or one of our early games of using Castellan Robots, reflected a twin last cannon shot back in Freak's face for mortal wounds. That was fun. So the shield was very fitting, and the hammer was there for Castellan Fist. And so he's been babysitting in the last couple games with my AdMech, my other Castellan Robots. And it's, of course, now that I finally have a good melee unit there to protect my Castellan Robots, Freak has not been dropping on my back line. So I haven't had a chance to smash anything with it. But that's a proxy I've been using.
I'm curious about that, though. Shouldn't they be in an AdMech army? Because I remember in Heresy, Perturabo had him as like his special whatever. But then as the Heresy progressed, they started going out everywhere. And other armies had them too.
I really feel like they should be, because in the lore, the ones Perturabo has are actually just upgrades to
the
Domitars that the Mechanicum had, as they would use them as like bodyguard robots for some of their, Mechanicum priests and stuff like that. And so, I mean, really, it seems like they should be, like, hey, maybe this one just wasn't programmed to go hang out with Perturabo, So I feel like I can keep using them with my Castellan Robots, but it's a cool little proxy I do.
Those look pretty awesome, though.
Yeah,
also, I can't wait to add these in. I need to put them in my purple AdMech color scheme. These are some really cool 30K robots that I got from Devil's Brush Gaming, and I think they would also make great punchy version of Castellan Robots. Again, they're the right size. They're a little shorter, but they're pretty much the right size, right base. I think that they go real well with my AdMech, and I think I would leave actually everything painted the way it is. I just don't know how the brown is they're already painted would undercoat my purple color scheme, but I need to experiment it with it someday. Maybe some of you pro painters in the chat can let me know if I try painting my purple AdMech scheme on top of these brown robots, to leave everything else the same. Will it still work, or will the brown underneath jack up my purple? So,
you probably have to do a few layers of it.
Yeah, I think if I start with a dark one, maybe a few layers shouldn't hurt. Do it real thin.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. He says, Gamecraft Jag says, I love Cromlech alternatives for Death Guard. Man, I use those bits all the time, my Space Wolves.
Yeah, he's got something else coming. You've got something coming soon to you from Cromlech.
Love me some Cromlech. We've got Elstonation in the chat. It's funny. I don't know if he times this, but he seems to wake up at just the right time for us to go into Elstonation's 100% true fact of the week.
Are we ready for that?
Well, you guys, I'm sure there's probably something else you guys might want to say on alternative models and builds. Any brands you particularly like? Spellcrow's one I'm a huge fan of, in addition to Cromlech.
Spellcrow's good.
Lots of Spellcrow goodies in my Space Wolves army.
For my Hydra army, because like on the hammers of Hydra, I got the Spellcrow. I think it's Spellcrow had all the hammers.
Yeah, Spellcrow and Cromlech both.
I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Man, my Wolf Lord, a lot of my important people, my Aryak, my Wolf Lord Mythos, and even my Logan Grimnar got hammer and face upgrades from Spellcrow. I got 4 units of Imperial Guard from them, and they're awesome. Nice Thingiverse printed stuff for me. They make great conversion bits and stand-in models.
I've only bought one thing from Thingiverse, but I was so pleased, man. I never got to use it. It was the Spartan faceplate for the Imperial Knight. It looks like the Sparta. Like, this is Sparta.
That's cool. Yeah. Some of those conversion bits to really do them up that way have made some really interesting looking Imperial Knights. Also on Thingiverse, we've seen Brother Kuja Hyra make some pretty interesting alternative claws and axe and other wolfy stuff for his wolf themed Imperial Knight. That was cool. So very cool. As someone I know who dances with many brands of miniatures, Elstonation, what are some of the coolest stand-in models or alternative models you've worked with? That'd be cool to see. That man has his hands in a lot of pies all the time with different brands and stuff. So, Freak, the researchers came to you with the 100% true Elstonation fact this week. Would you like to put out our fact that they revealed this week?
Okay.
I can do it. I remember the report pretty well, but just that since they brought the research to you first, I thought I'd give you first dibs.
All right. Let me put our Elstonation music on here.
Pop Goes the Monkey, another great source.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it not playing? Okay. It refuses to play. Fine. You suck. Wait, let me start it over here. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Let me find the source here. It came in a wire, so bear with me. All right. Where are we? Yeah, it's coming through now.
Wiretap is hard to decode. A lot of people don't appreciate that.
Exactly. I mean, it's just be really troublesome. All right. Come on. Where are you? Okay. Here it is. Are we ready? Everybody hear me okay just fine? Make sure the music's not too high here. Let me turn it down there. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not realize that Elstonation has a diary. That's right. He has a diary, and I'm sure no one gets to read it. Oh, what's that diary, you might ask? Well, it's called the Guinness Book of World Records. Or something like that. Well, there you go. 100% true facts about Elstonation. And this was number 24.
5, I think.
25. 20-something. There's so many. We lose track. So
That's right.
Many have given their lives just to provide us this information.
Join us next week when we bring you Elstonation 100% True Fact number 26.
Yeah, he's just... Yeah. There you go.
So
Elstonation is a beast.
So, Elstonation says the Mears Miniatures Chimera is godly. Very cool.
Oh, Mears Miniatures is really cool. They got some good stuff.
Lady Dragon saying good night. She says, much love, everyone. I need sleep and maybe doing a video or an effort tomorrow. Who knows? So, have a good night. We're about to close it down anyways, Lady D, but it was great having you on the show tonight. A diary, lol, I rarely write things down. Apparently, there's people putting in entries of your deeds in this book, the Guinness Book of World Records, my friend.
Wow.
Good grief, Star Wars Episode 4 quote. Nice freak. Now I'm going to watch Rogue One after this again and again and again.
Don't forget, it's a trap.
I have concerns. Can't believe anyone's chopping up a Primaris captain for a Chaos Lord. Shame. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. All right. Any closing thoughts? Richard, you've been a great guest, my man. I don't know if we gave you enough time to talk tonight.
Oh, you're cool. You're cool.
Any closing thoughts for you, my brother?
I'm still blown away by that Elson Nation fact, man. I'm just like, yeah, I can't even.
That is awesome.
Same.
I'm gonna have to go read it now. I want to read it. I want to see all the stuff he did.
Same.
Right. Such a huge list of accomplishments, like litanies of accomplishments. It's for research. Richard, as we were discussed last week 2 weeks ago with our man RedBeard, of course, I love having Richard on, and Richard really keeps me inspired almost as much as Chaplain EMO, because something we talked about, the same thing with RedBeard, is that when Richard sets his mind to accomplish something, he does it. I mean, look at this man. Do you mind if I talk about this a little bit? You're such an inspiration. This man has downed literally half of his body size this year. This man has enrolled himself in college and went on back. This man hits the gym on the regular now. This man has gone from what he felt like was, very restrained, limited to one location, and really just, as he put it at one point, felt like, he gave in to his health condition, right? And then he just at one point decided, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to do my thing. And now he's rolling with it, and he is a highly motivated, highly productive individual who is just getting it on.
Dude is a beast, man.
I wish I could drop half my body weight right now. I mean,
hey, I'm telling you, man, it's awesome. I mean, January 2018 being 700 pounds, and now being at 384, 380.
What? You already broke the 400 mark? You kidding me? Oh my God, man!
Beast mode. Beast mode.
And I'm gonna be in a bike rally coming up in December, the 23rd. November 23rd.
Wow.
I'm gonna be doing an 8-mile bike ride.
And not that I want to put too much of your business out there, but at one point it was a lot of work for you to, and you have a pretty big yard, but to make it all the way out to the driveway and come back, right?
Oh yeah, totally, man.
And now you're in a bike rally.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal,
insane, dude.
Part of the thing I do every time I go to the gym, I'll spend my 15 minutes walking on the treadmill, hit the weights, and then I hit the recumbent bike for another 15 minutes.
Wow.
And see what I can do. And I think I'm up to after that 15 minutes, I've done about 4.5 miles. So it's going to take me 30 minutes to do 8 miles, maybe, depending on the time.
You're doing it. Holy crap. That's awesome, dude.
This is why we have so much love for this man. This man is such an inspiration. And plus, I mean, inspiration aside, we don't want to put any extra pressure on you, but just the not only is it what you do impressive, but the man inside is just a phenomenal person too.
I'm just me, man.
Beautiful person.
Richard is on a mission. Great job, Richard.
Thank you.
Mythos giving people time to talk.
Next time I'm on, I'm going to bring flashcards and I'm going to write them down a bit.
You'll need to in order to be able to get a word in. But yeah, you'll be good.
I learned sign language.
People are calling you Mr. Sexy Beast in the chat, my brother.
You're on.
Sexy Beast, he is indeed. Freakaliciousness. You got any closing thoughts, my man?
Just really, really, really enjoy to have Brother Richard on, man. Every time. He's just a super, super guest. Man, you know what? The man radiates. He's like He's like an atomic bomb of love, you know, because it just radiates.
Yeah, make
that.
people sick.
Very nuclear.
Their skin fall
No, it's the other, you know, it's that nuclear. It's like, you know, it's just pure radiation. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting radiation sickness of love. Holy crap. It's happening. I feel warm all over.
I'm gonna question you again. It's nothing like that, guys. It's you should get that checked out, please. That's not Richard. You really need it. If you're feeling a burning sensation, please get that checked out.
Yeah, it must be something else. I'll have to.
You did say you drank too much water.
It's true. I've been going to the bathroom the last.
Grab a choppa and daka that like button. And Elstonation, the man, myth, and legends himself says that's even more impressive than me. Seriously, awesome work, dude. That's awesome.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys.
But no, man. I mean, it's a great time. As always, great night. We had a great chat, great
So
talk
interactive.
topics, you know, and yeah, just a really good time. I enjoy spending some time here. This is the highlight of my night, of my week, right here.
Well, it's an honor being invited on here. I really appreciate it, guys. I really love hanging out with y'all and stuff and everything too. So.
We got a great community, man. You are it. You are part of it. You are, you know.
And can I get a quick shout out for somebody real quick?
Heck yeah.
Sure. I'm going to be on a podcast here in a couple weeks, maybe. It's going to be for a friend of mine. His podcast, I think, is called Chronic Victory. It's people who go through chronic illnesses but still fight through it and do everything they can to continue forward. I'll get y'all the info on it. Maybe you can throw it up for me or whatever.
Awesome.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That would be fantastic.
be pretty cool. You talk about throwing my business out there. I'm gonna be all out there.
Nice.
That is awesome. I can't wait to actually listen to that. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I want to throw a quick shout out. Guys, Richard is the man I send all my commissions to, guys. If you want anything built, because I can't stand the building process, I want to jump straight to painting. This man does the work, right? This guy assembles all my Forge World. And lately I've been getting really lazy, so I've been sending him the plastic too, all the plastic crack. The man has a better skill set for it than me, and I can get straight to painting. So he can do that. But he also has some phenomenal work as a painter. So, you know, check out his work. And if you check out his recent vlogs on the Nerd Life YouTube channel, you can see where he's painted up some chaos apocalypse stuff, done some really cool effects there. So he does great painting commissions. What else you do, Richard?
Drawing, painting, tattoos. Well, the tattoos is coming back. So
Tattoos are back.
close, very close.
I'm definitely commissioning tattoo number 2 from you.
I say within the next month, maybe, I should be back at it.
Awesome. So that'll be really cool.
Yeah.
So you want any artistic needs met, you know, let him help you get your hobby on.
Check out the Art by Richard on Facebook. You can see a lot of my stuff there, and I'm trying to get better about constantly updating. Same for my Instagram, which I think my Instagram is the Nerd Life. But yeah, I want to start getting my stuff back out there. I mean, it's I had all these different decisions of what I was going to do, go back to work at the warehouse or something like that. And I'm like, I'm an artist. And my friends are like, you got to stick with that. Man. Don't get rid of that.
Stick with what you love.
And I'm probably going to be we're going to, maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, we'll have we'll have a web comic coming out too.
Nice.
And 2 of my buddies are going to be working on it. It'll be a sci-fi kind of thing, space sort of, Star Wars-esque.
That'll be badass.
Just wait until you see the gay ninja. He's raw. He's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, he's raw.
All right, so that is everything I think we got for tonight, guys. Thank you all, everyone who came, who watched live with us, interacted, and basically hung out, guys. Interacting with the chat and hanging out with you guys is my favorite part of the weekend. Thank you all so much. And thank you anyone who's watching back in the archives too. Feel free to drop some comments down below and be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. If you guys liked tonight's episode, then grab up an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. And of course, if you guys have not yet subscribed to The Nerd Life, or you haven't checked out Art by Richard on Facebook, do that. If you guys are not yet subscribed to this channel,
What?
or if you'd like to support us in any way, check out our Patreon. But either way, support us for free on here or over on Patreon. We would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
Stay frosty.
Oh!